I'm back again. Good evening. I hope you're all doing well and safe, people. Welcome to the Arsenal versus Wolves live stream, or Arsenal versus like I said, a better Arsenal versus Wolves live stream. With your host Deluded, man. I'm admittedly, people, I'm not actually ready for the stream because, like you lot, I'm actually still watching Chelsea versus Spurs. It's 84 minutes played, and it's been quite the game. But switching on to Arsenal versus Wolves, people, I hope you're all doing well and safe. I hope you're all in good spirits. If you're like me, I just want to eat my Sunday dinner, but I've given up the opportunity of eating that for right now because, admittedly, I'm not going to enjoy it because I'm thinking about this game. And yeah, man, I didn't think I want to really and truly. I just can't eat, man. I can't lie. I'm trying to find ways to shape it up in my head. I always get nervous in relation to Arsenal fixtures, and sometimes, especially when we're playing like this, I am quite nervous. So in relation to a proper meal, I ain't gonna be able to eat. But I've got some oranges, I've got some Ribena, I've got some. These were the only plantain chips I could find in the shop. So let's see what them thing they're saying. Yeah, man, I'm there. But I hope you're all doing well and safe. Please smash the like button on arrival. Please check out the YouTube memberships on my channel. Please make sure you're following me across all my socials. I hope you're all doing well and safe. So yeah, nice to see you all in here. Big up yourself, John Wayne. You're always in the live chats and you're always doing your thing. And I hope that continues, man. I hope you're safe. Again, usual suspects, man. Big up yourself, my guy. Come on, AM. Again, big up all the members. It's appreciated. I'm seeing a lot of love in here. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Lloyd's in good spirits. Yes, Deluded 3 points needed this evening. Trust me, my guy, we need 3 points. True say we said that against Leeds, against Leicester, against Villa. But I feel you. We need to win, It's Chelsea versus Spurs right now. If Spurs have been doing all right this season, but if they somehow within the next 4 minutes go and win this game and we lose against Wolves, not that, when you go into big games, form goes out the window, but it's about momentum. And we've been a bit shaky, to put it nicely. It's irrelevant what we've been doing. What we've been doing in relation to the past. I'll forgive the boys. Let's think about today. Let's get 3 points. Like you said, man, nothing more, nothing less. Again, we can't disrespect Wolves. I'm not sure that anybody that's listening right now is disrespecting Wolves. We know they're a good outfit. Maybe not excelling as much as they've been in previous seasons, but they're still a good outlet. Nuno, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a well-organized side. You're going to get a team that will hit you on the break and can exploit you, can put their own moves together. The sort of players they've got in their team. Their fullbacks like to get forward. We'll talk about the lineup and all of those things as we get on, but I'm keen to see, because if I'm Nuno, actually, I'm going to Adama Traore and Nelson Semedo, overload Kieran Tierney's side. And also, again, you can flirt between the options of Podence and Neto and these sort of guys on Bellerin's side, assuming Bellerin does start and whatnot, people. So, yeah, man, you know what you're going to get with Wolves. They're well organised. They will exploit you. They will give as good as they get. They've got some individual quality that can exploit us. Again, we'll have to see. And like Arteta, ironically, I'd say Nuno can set up quite defensively. And, against Southampton, they had a lot of efforts in the first half and should have both conceded and scored. But they can put moves together, and you know what you're getting with Nuno. You're getting 3 at the back, 5 when you consider the fullback. So let's see what happens. They're not going to be smooth, right? They're not going to be here for the taking. We're going to need to be at our best, and the boys are going to need to stop feeling sorry for themselves. I know there was rotation and all of these sort of things, but hopefully just by winning midweek, there's some feel-good factor. There's some sort of joy. Again, if you're one for the finer arts of football, again, they played on a Monday, we played on a Thursday. You all saw we had issues coming back into the UK because of fog and whatnot. Obviously, you'd all rather play on a Monday and then a Sunday, and then the following Sunday, as opposed to Thursday, and obviously today. We know the games are coming thick and fast. We need to put momentum in both competitions. We've won. Let's try and get a win today against Wolves. We deal with what we need to deal with. Apologies, my alarm's gone off. Like I said, we deal with what we need to deal with next Thursday. And then you know what's happening in the weekend. Arsenal versus Spurs. We need to start. And away from that, we need to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. And we need to get chalk on the board. We all know, myself included, top 4 is probably a myth. Mathematically, it's there. We can talk about ifs and buts. If we all had to collectively put our life our life savings on Arsenal to finish fourth, then we'd all be homeless people, wouldn't we? We wouldn't expect it. We all wouldn't want to do it. So there is ifs. We haven't shown the consistency to suggest we're going to be in for a fight, but we're going to need to show it. The boys talk about it until they're blue in the face about wanting to return to the Champions League and whatnot, and they should still believe, because that's their goal for the season, and it has to start today. You know, we forgive me if I'm wrong, but we won against them last season. But when I think of Arsenal versus Wolves, I think of all the 1-1 draws at the Emirates. Hopefully, we actually behave like we're the home team people and have some efforts at goal. Again, when you go into their team, when you look at their lineup and things like that, you'd imagine they're going to sit back. Let me check the comments to see what you lot are saying, because I'm seeing it's jumpy. Honcho has said, I actually love your match day stream. Some man have 5 people on the stream and it's still dead. No shade at anyone else. You know, you can't be, I don't like to knock people's hustles and things like that, but I really appreciate that you like to lock into my thing. Big up all the 41 people tuned in within these 5 minutes. Please make sure you're hitting the like button on your arrival. It doesn't cost a thing. Jay Woke is in the building again. Familiar faces. Sean is in the building. Agent Ghost is there. Come on, big up yourself. You know, getting a lot of love again. Usual suspects. Thanks for tuning back in. See, fancy new mic. I like it. I'd love to sit here and cap and say it's new. It ain't new, you know. This is what I use for my podcast, and it actually didn't initially work with StreamYard. And then I said, you know what, in a positive way, and forgive me, people that are younger and not of age and whatnot, but I just said, F it, let me make this work. And you lot are saying it sounds a bit better, so I'm running with it. I've tried to position it a bit lower because I know a lot of you have been on to me. It's like, we can't see your chin, can't see your face, and all of these sort of things. I understand when you're good looking like this, everyone wants to see your face, but you know, I'm here for the football people. And you know, smash the like button, man. Like the upgrade, thank you very much. Let's get into the, you know what, I'm seeing you lot jumping. You lot are jumping. You lot are jumping. Let's go and see what the lineup is saying. Let's jump straight into the lineup. I purposely haven't seen it, but let's see what it's saying. Arsenal. We'll talk about Wolves, people. Make sure you're hitting the like button on arrival. You know, let's see what it said, people. Let's see what it said. So we'll be wearing our third shirt. I can never get this right. When I said, first and foremost, I was going to wear the third shirt, people. I mean, our away shirt. We're wearing our away shirt now. I was going to wear the away shirt. I said, no, we're playing at home. We're going to be in the red. I can never get it right. But first and foremost, without ruining it, tonight's lineup includes the return of young Bukayo Saka. He's over his knock, you know. Aubameyang continues through the middle. David Luiz is back and shakes off fears of any injury issues after coming off midweek. You know, David Luiz with his compatriot, his fellow countryman, you know, his protege, you know, the person he's been striking up a partnership with, David Luiz and Gabriel at centre-half. The Samba boys are back again, people. This is all subject to seeing what I see on my TV in the next hour or so, but it does look like a back four. I don't want to ruin it. I will get into the lineup, but I have to ruin it. The big shock for me, both Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah are on the bench. I would have thought that would have been one. I would have thought one of them would have started. Reece Nelson is on the bench. No sign of Maitland-Niles, which, you know me, I love Maitland-Niles. Hopefully there's a knock. I'd be upset if he isn't included. El Nene has shaken off any COVID fears, and now he is back. Cedric is on the bench, as is Runnison and Holding. I might as well talk about the substitutes. Runnison, Cedric, Holding, El Nene, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, and Alexandre Lacazette. Starting for us, people, you've got Leno in goal. You've got Hector Bellerin at right back. As I just said, David Luiz and Gabriel partner each other at centre-half. Kieran Tierney, the flying Scotsman, you know, we all love him, a future captain, if not should be the captain right now. No disrespect to Aubameyang, it's just we all see what Tierney's on. Mr. Iron Brew, you know, he wears all the shorts in all sorts of cold weather. Tierney at left back, and he's a player I can't help but talk about. Danny Ceballos has a brilliant opportunity to show something today because it's him and Xhaka again. So there's no Thomas Partey, people. Again, as we spoke about in my streams midweek, we all were saying in the chats and I was saying it, it looks like that injury initially was worse than initially feared. And if we are going to use him, we're going to risk him against Spurs. Not to say we can disrespect Wolves or at the level where we can look ahead and disrespect any team and look to the following week. But we're going to need him against Spurs, really and truly. And if you would want him to miss one of the games, again, with all due respect to Wolves and any Wolves fans that are tuned in right now, it would have been against you. Joe Willock has an opportunity as well. You know, Joe Willock's been working very hard. For me, I'm looking, apologies, people, Chelsea versus Spurs has drew 0-0. So before I carry on with the lineup, this is what I mean, people. Again, I know there's people that are playing on the Monday, but with all due respect, we've now seen Chelsea and Spurs play. We obviously saw United turn it around against Southampton, and we've seen other people. You know, Liverpool have dropped points, not that it's relevant to us, and City and Saka. I mean, one of you said Saka and Mahrez ran riot. So we know exactly the sort of ramifications, what happens if we win, lose, or draw this game. And also statistically, as crazy as we've been this season, mathematically, we're not far off the top. Again, I'm not saying Arsenal are going to win the league. By all means, I don't even think we're getting Champions League. But the boys should, again, not to take the mick out of myself, but the boys in Arteta, they should be deluded. They should believe they should still get top four. They should want to put a consistent run together to cement that. And as long as it's still mathematically possible, I want to see you fight for it. Away from all of that, I'm sure you just want to see our team put a consistent run together. And we're tired of being, you know, resigned to defeat and the agonizing emotions that go in with playing games. But back to this, you know, back to Joe Willock. Joe Willock gets an opportunity today. He's been working very hard in the Europa League. Obviously, none of the midfielders, or not too many players, in fact, that played against Leeds can say they played well, Joe Willock included, but he's kind of done dirty. He had experienced midfielders behind him like today that hid. Also, you could see statistically, based on the lack of passes between them and to forward players, there's something wrong with Arteta's tactics in that regards. Like when Leno has played the most passes to Aubameyang, that also suggests that. But I'm looking more to Joe Willock to give a good performance today, because fair play, you know, Leeds, it is what it is. He's been working hard. He's got an opportunity, and some man will say, okay, cool, you have to take your opportunity, whether it's one or not. Against Leeds, you need to do something. But some people will say, obviously, he's young. Can't really just write a man off after one game. No matter what, you know, you have to give a man the next goal. So today, across the 90 minutes or however long he plays, I'm looking to Joe Willock to show me some consistency and giving me a good performance. Not that it's all on him, but, you know, you want to play at Arsenal. You want to be a main player. You want to go from being this young sort of squad player to doing what Saka is doing and being a genuine first-team option. Now's the time to do it. And also, I'm looking at Joe Willock. I know we got subbed, but again, in the name of consistency, he's been playing a couple of games now. You know, can you show it? It was with all due respect to Mulder and the opposition midweek, but can you do it on Thursday and a Sunday? And this is coming off the back of, obviously, he did the same against Leeds, and I'm sure he played in the previous game as well. I'm rooting for Joe Willock. As you said, Wayne, we're rooting for him. We're rooting for all the Haylands, you know. The harshest people will say, regardless of if you think he's anything to write home about, we'd rather him make the mistakes than the other sort of Donny's people. So we'll see what happens. A big one for me as well is also the loss of Balogun. He's not involved in the squad. Now, ironically, when you look at the squad, again, without emotions and without considering the form of the players, not that I think you should, but when you've got Lacazette and Nketiah on the bench, he's probably said, cool, I've got my strikers. Nelson, you know, he's given me that option on the flanks. You know, he's done out of all the others, he's probably done the best with his opportunities. I've got my centre-half in Rob Holding. El Nene can also play at centre-half, and he's a midfielder to come on, which he will at some point. You've got Cedric, who can probably cover what Maitland-Niles would do in terms of left-back and right-back options off the bench. I would have loved to have seen Balogun involved. I think he deserves it. I think, you know, he's hungry. I think it might have woken up Eddie Nketiah and Aubameyang to want to play better, because they're seeing another young man come and complicate spots for on the first-team ladder and whatnot. Smith Rowe, again, he's still nursing his way back in from injury and getting in the groove of things. But just in terms of unpredictability, I would have liked him on the bench. So, you know, a bit harsh on Haylen. I don't really see who's game changers off the bench. With all due respect, you know, Lacazette, you come off the bench and you score. What am I going to say then? You know, you've got Reece Nelson, who hopefully comes off the bench, and you've got Nketiah. And the front three consists of, or the front options consist of Aubameyang remains back through the middle. I assume Saka on the left, and you've got Willian on the right, people. We all knew, you know, Willian was going to, you know, we all knew Willian was going to miss out midweek and he'd start today. Now, I see why Willian potentially would start, and it's only because of what he offers going backwards defensively, which Arteta spoke midweek while he was praising Reece Nelson. He spoke about the need for Nelson to improve in that. Obviously, he's been quite critical on Pepe, and Pepe can feature no part today. I would have liked Reece Nelson and Saka to play, but maybe Willian's age has played a part in him starting and that big of experience. And for Willian himself, you want to see Willian put in a shift today, put in a good performance, because fans have been on your back. He's a professional footballer. You know you haven't been playing well. You know you've been playing shaky. You know. they know full well what's going on in that regards. So if he plays today, I won't say he shuts up fans or he proves people wrong and whatnot, but he shows something in that regards. Aubameyang, simply put, you haven't been scoring. You're meant to be the Messiah. Not that it's all on him, but we're all looking at Aubameyang to get back to scoring ways and also to do his thing, people. Big up yourselves, my people, them, man. I'm loving the love. Big up all the DG Nation locked in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button on your arrival, people. Obviously, for me, what I take from the lineup, obviously saying it, people, and for those of you just tuning in or getting lost in my waffling, Leno through the middle, Hector, man said through the middle, Leno in goal, Bellerin right back, David Luiz and Gabriel centre half, Kieran Tierney left back, Ceballos, Joe Willock and Xhaka, I'd assume is a midfield three. Ceballos and Xhaka behind Joe Willock. I would like to see Joe Willock in the more withdrawn role because I think midweek you saw what he could do. I've been saying that's his position. I don't think he's the guy to break the lines. Saying that, if he's going to do that, Ceballos probably would venture forward more, and you're looking at Ceballos to be brave and try and connect. Now, Ceballos has been frustrating, but at least he's brave on the ball. For me, I'm happy to see David Luiz, because if they do sit back, Wolves, and try and wait for us to try and feel us out, at least David Luiz is going to try hitting those passes, and that's going to create uncertainty. Want Aubameyang to start scoring. You know, Saka, I don't want to do curse of the commentator, but I don't even need to talk about Saka too tough. You know what he gives to the team. You know, his age is one thing. We need to remember he's still young, but at the same time, Saka, for me, you know, you're the most consistent. As a fan, you look like one of the players that gets it. You know, you're moving like the 32-year-old. If I was criticizing Willian, if I was asking Pepe to play better, I would honestly say between you and Saka, who looks more like the guy that was ripping up the French league and coming for 72 million, not that Pepe's involved today. From Aubameyang, not that Saka or Little Chilly, as he refers to him, has any relevance, but, you know, you should be looking at him to lead the way. He should be looking at you to lead the way, sorry, not the other way around, people. So let's see what they're saying. Obviously, the men on the bench as well. I know Lacazette and Eddie and Nketiah, the fans ain't been giving them too much love, but you come off the bench, you make yourself a hero. Eddie, you know, he had a tough midweek game. If he scores today and gets the winner, what's said there? I want to see Nelson off the bench the most, personally, people. I would look to bring it on NA in, because you'd imagine one of the midfield men will be subbed and whatnot. And you saw them all kind of they all featured midweek to some degree. And obviously Arteta knew he needed to use them all. I hope Maitland-Niles isn't injured, people. So we'll have to see what happens, man. I know technically Leno is through the middle, but it sounds a bit mad. Thank you very much, Wayne Dash, for your $5 for your $4.99. It means a lot, man. Thank you very much. Like Keelan said, people, let's smash the likes. Let's mess up the YouTube algorithm. Let's get the DG Nation out there. Please hit the like button, people. So that's our lineup. And where is my manners, people? If you follow me on Flick, I've done you a bit dirty. Today's been chock-a-block prior to the game, people. So I've not been active in the Flick chat. I promise from next week, allow me, you know, I'll be active again. You know, like Thingy said, where is everyone? You lot don't show the Flick no love, man. But anyways, let's see what you lot are saying, man. You know, and that's it. And that's all. Also, like I said against Leeds, what I want to see again. Apologies, people. I need to make a quick. I just saw something in relating to Chelsea Spurs, and I need to speak about that in my podcast. But back to this game, yeah. I get it, man. Xhaka looks suspect. We ain't been showing Xhaka too much love. You know, I don't think Xhaka is someone we need to move forward with per se. But as long as he's in this squad, he'll have my protection. I'll always support him and give critique where necessary. And I agree with you. You know, he's a bit suspect. I hope he performs. And if you're just Xhaka or Ceballos, you should want to perform. Partey's missed out again. You know, if we look at it just without the fact that Partey's better, if you play well today and Ceballos plays well, we all know Partey starts ahead of them. But in theory, Partey should go to the back of the pecking order, because you lot have locked down your spots, especially going into a big game against Spurs, where I know we're not really involved in the top 4 race, but these sort of games there are the ones you look at to decide it, and the most important ones. Play your way into the manager's thoughts, sort of thing. Personally, I think that's what Joe Willock's done with his performances in the Europa. I think that's what Nelson's doing. You know, hopefully Nelson comes off the bench and he affects the game similar to Leeds and plays his way into the Spurs game plans, people. Xhaka and Ceballos have enough. Like many of them, like it's the same thing I said in the last game. Willian, shut fans up and make fans, you know, eat humble pie and that were questioning you, at least for this game. Aubameyang get back to scoring ways. The three midfielders. Are you in Arteta's thinking if it was a must-win game next week? You know, if it is a must-win game, and if he is going into a must-win game, he might believe in you lot. You know, he's got Ceballos back on loan. He's started Joe in big games. Xhaka looked to be out the door, and he's retained him. But none of you really, if El Nene and Partey are fully fit, are you starting ahead of them? Play your way into the manager's thoughts. It's as simple as that. In relation to Arteta, it's obviously nice to see Arteta retain 4 at the back, people. One would beg to question what happens if it doesn't go right today. Hopefully he remains with that. What I want to see in relation to Arteta is it's all fun and games playing 4 at the back end. Yeah, that tells me you're going to be more attacking. I need to see the players be brave enough and try these passes and try to be difficult. I don't want to see the same sideways passes and things like that. I don't want to see just David Luiz trying to break the lines. But at the same time, there's something, as we know, you have to question within his structure without a criticism thing. Because, again, to roll it back, and again, big up the Twitter account, Orbino, who I believe works for Opta. And this is where I look at a lot of the stats that I'm coming with in videos, and just off the back of these making videos and with my own opinions and just contextualizing what it is, people. But I'm going to have to scroll down to show you. But it highlighted, you know, why Joe Willock, Ceballos and Xhaka need to improve. But it also highlighted the imbalance, people. I'm really trying to find it. Apologies, people. It was something like Xhaka's only passed twice to Ceballos. Joe only passed once to Aubameyang or something like that. Again, I spoke about it in the week in my podcast. But looking at it, people, Saka coming off the bench against Leeds completed more passes to Aubameyang in a game against Leeds than Willian, Pepe and Willock combined. If we look at 2 of those 3 because they're playing, you should want to put that right. You're professional athletes. You know what you've done well and right. And again, it highlights the players' inability to connect. But it's no coincidence, and I'm not using it to say Arteta out or anything like that, but it's not a coincidence that there's not a single Arsenal player right now like banging goals or playing well from an attacking sense. Probably only Saka, but you know, your Aubameyang's not scoring goals, Willian's not doing anything he was doing last year, and the rest of it, people. And you look at it, Granit Xhaka completed 0 passes to Joe Willock and just 3 to Ceballos of the Leeds game. Joe Willock didn't complete a single pass to Xhaka, just 2 to Ceballos and none to Aubameyang. The player with the most passes to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the Leeds game was Leno with 5. So that tells you what is wrong with it. And that also tells you there's something wrong with the structure. Now, maybe that's a bad day at the office. Maybe the players have learned from what they did. Maybe Arteta, after reviewing the footage and whatnot and preparing for this game, is ready to right those wrongs. But that tells you why you can never just blame the manager for me or the players, because the players have got to the onus. And if I'm just by looking at that, it's like, what sort of relationship because a lot of people don't speak about relationships in the football perspective. Whatever you think about whatever you think about Xhaka or Ceballos, they played a lot of games for Arsenal. They played a lot of games together, so they should understand reasonably well how each other plays. You haven't passed to each other, so can you really see your midfield pivot partner when you're playing? That highlights it. And again, Joe Willock, again, he's the box-to-box man. You're meant to link up with Aubameyang better than that, but he hasn't. What can you improve? But it also tells you potentially structurally, what are we doing? Why is it we're going through games and we're seeing similar stats? So hopefully Arteta, you know, considers the threat Leeds can pose, definitely from wide areas and aerial threats. They've made 150, I believe, or 149 crosses, top 10 in the league. They've got Jimenez. They've got 1v1 specialists in wide areas. I don't need to spell it out to you. Hopefully he considers these threats and he comes with the defensive things that I've liked that he's come with the club, but he frees up the attackers and he realizes that, you know, we need to pose a threat. We're not really a great defensive side. We've improved, but we'll sort of hit a glass ceiling, because one will wonder how much can we advance defensively without actually good defenders. Only Gabriel Tierney are quality defenders. David Luiz has his moments, of course, Maitland-Niles as well, but you get, so we can't exactly be, you know, the maddest defensive team like an Atletico Madrid and stuff, because these players haven't got it. So we need to find a balance, improve, but also have it, people. The way you lot saying in the chat, man, somebody said YouTube did you dirty once more. Glad you're here on Twitch. At least I can see you streaming. How YouTube done me dirty, I'm not aware, but hopefully it's all been, you know, patterned up and whatnot, people. Hopefully there's nothing wrong in that regard. Let me see what you lot are saying. What's your feelings in relation to the game, people? What are you lot on? I'm going to look at the Wolves stuff in a second, but what are you lot believing in relation to this game, people? Thank you once more, Wayne Dash, for the live chat, for the super chat in this live as well. It means a lot. Big up all the members. Please make sure you're hitting the like button and you're checking out the pinned. Well, is it pinned? So moderator, please pin my message of where you can find all my socials. Scrolling right up where I left people. Wanted to see Xhaka and Joe pivot. It's the best we could sort of do. Maybe Ceballos will be freed of the shackle sort of and be the one to break the lines, but one would imagine it's Xhaka and Ceballos in the withdrawn roles and Joe Willock with those box-to-box sort of things, people. So yeah, man, I don't know if he's injured. You know, we might hear his tactical. I don't know. I'd have to find out after the game because I can't hear the commentary like you lot. Big up yourself, Julian. It means a lot. Like AM said, we need 6 points from the next 2 games if we're serious. Simple as that. You know, Danny can't believe that Willian is really starting. And again, it's down to Willian to show fans, myself included, humble pie. End of the day, you go out there, you score your first goal for Arsenal, score 2 goals or whatever. Most fans will say whether they believe in you or not and say it's just one game. We'll say, boy, you might have to start against Spurs. You know, you might turn the corner because fans, you know, many fans could concede that William was an underrated signing, but you weren't, you know, you was more talking about the money and blasting the decision to give him a 3-year deal. You weren't exactly getting at William like that. Like I said, many people could do without him, but it weren't like where you're just going to keep going on about it is what it is sort of thing. So people were prepared to give Willian a chance. And I think we've been patient with Willian, you know. Against West Ham is when I thought, you know what, he's looking a bit shaky. So we've had the West Hams, you know. We've had the United where it was a good performance, fair play with all the team. We've had many games, Villa, where he's just hid people. And I do think, like all attackers, being shackled a bit, but it's no coincidence. South London's finest beer said, I want to see Joe Willock licking off shots today. Hopefully, man. I want to see Joe give a good performance. And again, the more people that play well, the more question marks there are in a positive way over who starts. And everybody has to raise their game. Naturally, you'd imagine if people raise their game, there's more of a chance of us doing something. Big up everyone. Big up everybody looked in. Big up yourself, man. My guy in Scotland. No reason. No Nelson starting is a shame. Trust me. Arteta has his decisions, but I felt with his cameo against Leeds, with the midweek, with the fact of, you know, the man I just spoke about in Willian and these sort of people were moving a bit shaky and have been moving a bit shaky. He played his way into the team because I'm sure, like yourself, you might not be the biggest fan of any of these players, but you're a man of principle. If you're doing the right things and you're playing well, why don't you start? And again, I think he's close. I think he's close. He's one I'm looking to come off the bench. He seems to be the only sort of out and out 1v1 threat we've got, apart from the 2 strikers. So if he comes on today, he plays well. You never know what could happen. You never know, people. And Arteta, to be fair, did he not start him against Chelsea United, one of the first games he took over? So he will start him, and he did start him against Liverpool at home. So he's not afraid to kind of play Reece Nelson in big games. It's down to him to prove it, though. And he's kind of alluded to that in the aftermath of the game on Thursday. I do share your opinion. And the week that was, today's a big game. We need to step up, simply put. It's like what AM said. I can't add nothing onto that. Simply. Junior, big up yourself, my J.A. Tug. Oh, man. Big up yourself, man. Big up everyone everywhere, man. You know, where you lot tuning in from? We got Jamaica. Big up yourself and all my killies them. You've got America. You know, I know you've got South Africa because I see a lot of you that are from South Africa. I know you got Trinidad in the building. You know, I know we got Scotland. So big up yourselves. He appears to be down the middle. Aubameyang does. And if you remember what he was speaking about midweek, I know he's given a diplomatic answer, as you probably would when you're being interviewed on the club's main website. You'd probably have to be his brother or a close member of his close circle to see what he really feels on his situation playing out wide. But he said, I play everywhere. I don't really mind. I don't really mind. Everybody knows where I prefer to play, but this doesn't matter because I prefer to have many options than just one. And I hear that I prefer to have many options than just one. For me, every day of the week, Aubameyang plays through the middle. But if there's games where we need to use him out wide because there's something tactically, or we've got another striker, or let's just say in the ideal world, Lacazette is playing unplayable, I don't mind flirting between options. But he's told you point blank, my thing is playing through the middle. Now, give Arteta no reason but to say, cool, you know, we've been a bit shaky this season. This has happened, that's happened. Right now, I'm not even messing around with Aubameyang back through the middle, you know. I mean, on the left, he's going back through the middle. Whether it's Saka, Nelson, William, Pepe, we've got to sort it out. But Aubameyang's not moving. And like I said, Aubameyang, for me, I want him to stay. I want him to stay central. I know he said something interesting as well, and we all know this. In fact, when you're playing out wide, the one benefit potentially Aubameyang gets is all the attention is focused on who plays as the number 9, and there's spaces to hit in behind. Your players need to recognize that you've run into that space and actually play it into you for you to exploit that. And personally, I think there's been a bit of a role shift. Last season, he was an inside forward where he played out wide and could come inside and whatnot. He's literally playing like a more out and out winger this season. And maybe that's due to what he said. Like at the end of this, he mentioned you never stop learning and things, but who knows? He said, I want to help and I want to learn as well, because you learn every day, even if you are young or maybe older, but I'm still learning and I feel good everywhere. It gives me opportunities because a lot of defenses are attracted by the 9. Laka and Eddie are doing a great job, and so they leave space for us sometimes to come and run in behind the defense. So, of course, it's helped me, and I'm still learning as a left winger. Now, that's what Aubameyang has said, people. Let's quickly look at Wolves, people, because, you know, we can't be disrespectful on this live chat. I mean, on this live stream. Big up everybody locked in. Please hit the like button and continue to do so. Big up yourself. Like the contents between you and Chris. Like I said, DG, like I said, I need DG for halftime talks with the squad. You'll smash it, mate. Thank you very much for that praise, man. Big up yourself. Big up everybody locked in. That's what I'm saying, man. You really can't say if it's a 4-3-3 or 4-3 or 3-4-3. I'd imagine it's 4 at the back, like against Leeds. I don't think he's going to go with Xhaka as a centre half. While I'm obviously happy, people, and I mean, you know, I'm cool with 4 at the back, I wouldn't have minded if he went with a 3 or a 5 because of the threat that Leeds, Wolves pose, and because of the wide areas. Like I said, you know, if I was Leeds, I keep saying it, if I was Wolves, Leeds giving PTSD. If I was Wolves, people, I would look to get Arsenal's defenders 1v1 situations, because when you've got Adama, when you've got Podence and Neto 1v1 running at Tierney, potentially, I back Tierney in every situation because he's good, and obviously Bellerin. You get past them, you put crosses in, you've got Jimenez to nod it in, and there's also space. Obviously, when that man's beat someone 1v1, if that midfielder if it's Ceballos and he sees Bellerin beaten, he should go and help. What has happened now? Ceballos has empty the space just for the other team to exploit. So a midfield runner, a Neves, or Matinho might exploit that. That's how I'd be going at it. That's why I thought maybe potentially in this game, you know what, 5 at the back, all mans to the pump, more men behind the ball. But it's all about the intention, you know, whether it's 3 at the back, 4 at the back, we're still going to speak about the same things, lack of attacking play, if our intention isn't to go forward. And there hasn't been too many games where you can say Arsenal are genuinely trying to win this game and exploit the team and score goals and things like that. You know, let's allow Eddie and Ketia. That game's gone. I do agree, though. Balogun should be there again. For me, and again, I'm not watching them on a game by game basis, day by day. Apologies. Balogun should be in the squad on merit. You know, Joe Willock potentially should start on merit as well. But again, I'm not training with these lads. The time over here in the UK is 6:48. Apologies. What else are you guys saying? Big game for Willock and Nelson. Willock and Willian. Willian has to show us something, especially given that Pepe will be back after the ban. We'll give him something to think about. Willock, apologies, needs to repay Arteta's faith. Rightly put, man. You know, many of those players, you know, like I said earlier, Ceballos, Xhaka, Willian, you know, Willock, they've got reasons to play well today. Go and play your way into that Spurs game. Go and play your way into the manager's thoughts. Again, William, the manager, has trusted you. And if it's another shaky performance from someone like William, again, how many times is Arteta going to be able to get into the press conference and kind of defend you without calling a spade a spade? How many times is he going to give you, you know, opportunities? I hope he is waiting, but for me, I need to be shown a system to say that, okay, cool, when you sign that creative man, you're going to start breaking down teams. I hope Willian does get his first goal. You know, it'd be good. There's a lot of pressure on the team. We can't win at the moment. You know, he's playing at the Emirates, and well, technically fans will be back on Thursday, but you know, fans are starting to come back. This is the right time to get into form and obviously to score. And obviously, Willian, he's probably well aware of the fact that he hasn't bagged for this club. So again, I'm not saying he's going to go off and join the elites of this league, but if he was to score a goal, you know, hopefully it settles him and we start to see a different Willian, or what I'd hope, just a more competent Willian, just playing better. Connor Cody is back and he's going to be putting his body on the line for his team and doing everything he can, people. You know, he does need to provide service. We'll have to see. Bellerin is barbecue chicken. He's going to get spoke by Neto. Hopefully not, but let's see, man. Kyle has said, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Willian needs to prove us wrong. You know, Balogun scored 1 goal. Chill, people. Again, and I feel that people need to stop drawing conclusions on Balogun. It's not the end of the world, but he should be in the squad, in my humble opinion. And like you perfectly put, apologies, Willian needs to prove us wrong. We're calling spades a spade. Willian isn't doing the job right now. You score today, you buy yourself a little time. And for me, I'm hoping that positive performance for someone like Willian going into a North London derby, you can feel confident and do what you can. Like not too many people, if you are, because you do always get fans like this of all clubs, are expecting Willian to be a star, but you just want to see a more competent individual. 1 second, people, I'm not gonna lie, I got my vest on. These lights are doing a madness. I'm taking this off, but we ain't doing no mad X-rated thing. Big up the 400 odd people. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're hitting the like button. And I just dashed my thing off the chair. I'm always having wardrobe malfunctions, in it, people. I know a couple of you are probably going to bust out. Apologies. But what do you lot think of the... In fact, we won't do score predictions yet. I need to look at the Wolves team, man, because I don't know how the hell we've set up yet. Apologies for that. But like you said, hopefully he proves us wrong. Martinelli's back in training, and I just want us to be... I'm impatient to see Martinelli as well. I think with the problems we've seen up front, with, you know, Pepe's suspension, like, you know, Martinelli can play in a couple of positions. He's a very good player. You want to see him develop. I just want to see us. Let's not rush him back, which I don't think the club are. Let's just get it right. Should I sub, guys? I mean, we don't beg no one to do nothing. I'm pretty sure you like what you see. Hit the sub button. If you don't like what you see, then it is what it is. There's different strokes for different folks and all them things there. We ain't gonna do any of them things. Thoughts on Mahrez right now? Mahrez is a baller, man. Scored a mad hat-trick yesterday. Really like him. Obviously, when you're at a team like City, as good as it is being there and being at a competitive team, you're not going to get the love as much. Not that the fans don't love you or anyone doesn't take you in. It's just not as glaringly obvious how good of a player he is, because he's, you know, you're surrounded by a lot of quality. But Mahrez is a baller, man. He's someone that when he was linked with Arsenal at Leicester, I really wanted him. Evidently, that hasn't been a thing. Martinelli in the 10. I think Martinelli can link up play, but like Joe, I don't think the 10 thing is him. I think Martinelli needs to be on the end of it, people. So yeah, big up everybody locked in right now, people. It means a lot. Make sure you're hitting the like button, people. Let's quickly scroll and see what's happening in relation to the Wolves lineup and how Wolves are coming at us. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Wolves have lined up in, it appears, a back three of 3-4-3. Again, their bench first and foremost. They've got Maxi Kilman, you know, they've got Vintana, they've got Fabian Silva, FM Regen, they've got Ruben Neves. I'm not too sure why he's not played. Maybe he's not been fully fit and whatnot. They've got Nori, who's a very attacking young fullback. John Ruddy, the experienced John Ruddy, number 2 goalie. And they've got Kai Jan Huava, the guy, this defender they bought from Liverpool. They've actually their starting lineup. They've got Rui Patricio, their back three of Marcao, Connor Cody, and Bowley. And we know they've got a considerable height advantage on us. So I hope we're sensible from set pieces. And that's an area I'm looking at. We haven't conceded too many goals from set pieces. There's a first time for everything. In the fullback positions or the wing-back, fullback positions, depending who plays there, you've got Pedro Neto. You know, Pedro Neto, that's probably just to get him in there. You know, he's playing as a wing-back, keep the width. Again, they're looking, for me, you look at that formation, that's 2 1v1 battles, people. That's looking to double up on our fullbacks. Like I was saying when I was doing my preview with Talking Wolves and whatnot, if I'm Nuno, I'm trying to play Adama Traore and Pedence and Pedro Neto, try and isolate 1v1s, try and force Willian, which is why I don't mind Willian playing defensively. Try and force Willian and Saka back defensively. Try and capitalize on the one time Saka or Willian might be tired and they don't help that man or and whatnot. And also provide service to your front man Raul Jimenez, and you've got midfield runners. You know, when I look at that, like I said, picture the scenario: either Semedo or Pedro Neto have the ball out wide, people. They're running at either fullback, Kieran Tierney or Bellerin. The fullbacks don't, the wingers or the Arsenal wide men don't help us. You know, You can now see that Adama Traore on the right, Pedance on the left, in addition to the two fullbacks on either side, can literally create 2v1 situations, which is not good maths. So it tells me that they're going to sit back, they're going to be respectful, but they are going to try exploit us. They are probably trying to get us on the transition. It's nice to see, with knowing this, that Arteta, regardless, has still been brave, people. So yeah, the lineup, like I said, let's start again. Rui Patricio in goal, Marcal, Connor Cody, Willy Bowley at centre half, Nelson Semedo and Pedro Neto on the right and left hand side at fullback, respectively. The experienced João Moutinho, who is, you know, a very good player, has been a very good serviceman in Wolves, and at the time he's been playing in the Premier League. They've got Dohenega, can never say his name, but the Anderlecht recruit. They've got a tasty front three of Adama Traore, who's got something to prove wrong as well. He should be hungry because he ain't been in the lineup of recent too much of at Wolves. So you've got a hungry Adama Traore. You've got Pedence, who's done very well since he signed. You've got Raul Jimenez, who we always see scoring goals in the Premier League. So again, we need to consider their threats. We need to respect their threats, people. Again, in relation to score predictions, what is you lot score predictions, people? How do you think this game is going to go? I never like to predict games because football is not won on paper. But I'm gonna go with 2-1 Arsenal. You know, scummy little thing. Brave line. So we saw a brave lineup. Just you lot are gonna help me do my notes. We've seen a brave lineup from Arteta in terms of remaining with four at back. You know, we're talking about Wolves and the threat that they carry. You know, 2 versus 1s in wide areas. You know, with selections, midfield runners as well, with João Moutinho, etc., and obviously a lot of stability with that back three. You know, they've got their man Connor Cody back, and now they've gone back to a 3 because he's returned, people. What is you lot's thoughts on the lineups? Is there anything you would have done differently? We all know, like I said, for us in an Arsenal perspective, we need our players to do a bit more, you know, prove fans wrong. And the players need to justify selection, man. Or manager's faith. Big up everybody locked in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Let me see what you lot are all saying. Smith Rowe, Joe Willock. Again, you know, you can say that, but let's just give faith to Joe Willock. He's the man starting. Big up Reese, big up Emil Smith Rowe, though. You know, your prediction is 2-1 Arsenal. I hope you're right. We're 14th. That should be a big enough reason for why you shouldn't want to be in this scenario and be in this situation. 15 minutes odd before kickoff, people. Maybe, but I think you need to stay just in terms of depth. We've got a 1-1 prediction there. You know, Lewis is saying, and that's where I think he's been set up to fail, because when you've seen Arteta say things like, you know, he come off the language of, not that I'm not here to defend Ozil, but we've made out that Ozil is not good enough to get in that 25-man squad. We're looking at Joe Willock in that position. Most honest fans are going to say, cool, well, no matter how bad Ozil is, Joe hasn't done it. So he's kind of set up Joe to sort of fail there, really. But the better Joe, I'm pretty sure most fans look at it and they can consider the fact of, we know the Ozil stuff is above board, and we also can see, like a blind man can see, Joe Willock's thing is not the sort of cam stuff. You know, we've got a 2-0. Hopefully, I don't know, you can be confident as an Arsenal fan, but I'm going to trust you, my guy. You know, Ollie's saying 3-0 Wolves, but if I remember rightly, you don't even support Arsenal, so you're just on a bad mind thing. Lewis is saying 2 or 3-1 Arsenal. Joseph is saying 1-1. You know, William will have a good game. We saying, my guys, speaking it into existence. I hope that's the case. 1 to Wolves. Hopefully you're gassing and that's not the time. You know, we're touching almost 7 hours, or we are at 7 hours without a goal from open play. We're 14th, not scored 7 goals from open play. That's enough reason to want to play well, people. Like I said, not scored a goal from open play in 7 hours, you know. 14th, Spurs next week. It's time to stop feeling sorry for yourselves. Time to do what you need to do. The talking is easy. It's always easy. It's easy to talk in August and say, I want top 4, I want to do this. When are you looking at the August till December period, this very period where the games are coming thick and fast, the games are tough and hard? Are you getting out of this period in early January looking at it? Because like you all know, the games ain't easy, people. We've got a 2-2, you know. Where goals would come from, I don't know. Can't blame you as an Arsenal fan. We have scored 9 goals this season and 3 were against Fulham. Be realistic, man, them. I guess that's a word to the free scoring predictions. 2-1 or 1-0 to us. You'll be saying, you know, 0-0. R.I.P. Papa Bouba Diop. Has he lost his life? No, oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. 2020 is a crap year. Come on, man. Fulham's Papa Bouba Diop. Come on, man. Oh, it's not even that. Apologies. No, it's actually happened. R.I.P. Papa Bouba Diop, man. What the hell, man? R.I.P. him, man. What the actual hell? Of 2020, I'm going to deal with that one after the game. But back to this, we've got 1-0. Jimenez to strike in the 89th. And that would be something, in it. I could see the cross from Podence. Jimenez. Hopefully that's not it. Hopefully that's not it. But it seems Arsenal fans, I won't say confident, maybe just talking it into existence. We've got another 2-1 Arsenal. That's where I would go with. We need to score first or we will struggle. Again, it's a time for game management. They need 3 points. 3-0 Arsenal, car. They're celebrating DG 30k early. Road to 30k, John Doe. Hopefully we can get to 30k by the end of the season. I'd love to get to it before the end of Christmas. I don't think I'm going to get it before the end of the year. It's probably wishful thinking, but we keep grinding, we keep shining, we keep doing what we can in that time, my guy. You know, we do what we can. Just trying to be better than I was yesterday. Just trying to be better than I was yesterday. Apologies, people. I am still here. I just need to quickly, well, done it now actually, in the actual live stream myself. No spamming, please. Let's all calm down. Let's all relax and whatnot. In my opinion, we should get Cantwell or Aarons from Norwich. I would love both of them. Both need to develop a lot. But yeah, man. R.I.P. Papa Bouba Diop, man. It's some crap news. You know, big up yourself, SA. Big up all the members. Please check out the channel memberships, people. For me, looking at this Wolves side, I mean, a blind man could see. What more can I say about Wolves, people? You've got Nelson Semedo. You know, you've got Pedro Neto on the left-hand side. You've got your fullbacks. You've got aerial threats. You've got Adama Traore. You know, they've got threats. They are a team you have to respect. I can't imagine any Arsenal fan does not respect them, people. Mart is saying 6-1 Arsenal. Oba pen and a Saka header. I don't care how we score, who scores, how it goes in. Gamer HD is saying 8 Wolves, 1 Arsenal. Again, I've seen 7-2s this season, so I don't want to talk too tough, but yo, allow that, man. You know, we've got 2-1 Wolves. Fair play, you know, fair play. I don't think enough people are giving Wolves a chance. Wolves are a dangerous side, man. Jakes, I wouldn't mind John McGinn. I think he works very hard. I think he's got an engine. I think one thing that goes against him is he's not name brand. It's not a glamorous. It's not a sexy signing to get. But yeah, you know, and I agree with that, Lewis. You'd imagine Wolves are good for a goal. You can't imagine they're not good for a goal. Do you think we have a chance of coming top 4? Personally, I don't. But again, if you put a run of consistency together and things like that, anything is possible. We'll have to see. You have no striker like a boy, man. Time for them to start scoring in it, and it's unfortunate that is being said. It's unfortunate that is being said. I would love Szoboszlai, but he's only one player, so let's calm that down a bit. What are you lot saying, people? What have you lot got in terms of snacks and whatnot as well, man? He's fast. He's not a marksman, but again, if he keeps having the beating of his fullback and he crosses 8 times, you'd imagine someone in that team is able to score once. You know, it's a law of averages sort of thing, surely. You know, what are you lot looking to see today? Other than obviously 3 points, Arsenal fans, what specifically do you want to see? Do you want to see, you know, a reaction in terms of attacking play? Do you want to see individuals who we've been calling a bit shaky stand up to be counted? You know, what are your threats? What's the nervous points in relation to Wolves? Where's the areas you think you can exploit Wolves? Where do you think the areas that they'll exploit us? What's your feelings in terms of the game, people? Talk to me, man. Talk to me. SA, thank you very much for that super chat. Lineup is decent. Time for the players to show up. Simple as that. Justify your manager making you start. Like I said, Aubameyang, we all know he should play through the middle, but go out there and justify why you need to be playing through the middle and middle only. Willian, you know, it's got to the point Arteta's looking crazy for starting you. He is, because you're putting in worse and worse performance. Go and let Arteta say that's why Willian started. Go and let him mention you in the post-match stuff in a good reason. Go and let him do that. You know, Joe Willock, go and show that you deserve to stand up to play these games. Go and do these things. Saka, you've got England duty. If you keep doing what you're doing by the end of the season, keep doing that. A man clocked them. Hey, you're a man of the culture. Hey, I try to do it on the slide. Big up Lloyd, man. Big up Lloyd. A man peeped it. I tried to do it elegantly, man. Big up Wayne. I was wondering where you are. Better late than never. DG Nation to the world and back. Big up everyone, man. Panning the cameras pan to Bukayo Saka. 1934 appearances in the Premier League. Living the dream, man. Need him to be on job today to do his thing. I got a latte and smoke. You know, it don't matter, man. You know, Taves has got the crisps. You know, I got crisps. I got oranges. You know, but right now it's a young Rivina and a Maggie, man. Calm Sunday settings. Let's hope Arsenal don't mess it up, people. Connor Cody's played every minute of 84 consecutive Premier League games before missing the draw versus Southampton. Big up yourself for the consistency levels. Big up yourself for never getting injured, man. Ridiculous. Big up everybody locked in. Please make sure you hit the like button. Who we need to sell. The usual suspects, man. The Mustafis. You know, I'm not going to talk about the players that obviously need to go, whether it's their contracts or evidently, but players that divide opinion that I would be open to both keeping and selling. It's not the end of the world if we keep Bellerin, but I would like to assess the right back area if nobody nails that down this year. I don't want to keep talking about, is this going to be the year or is this the manager that's going to unlock Bellerin? You know, I like Maitland-Niles at right back, but I don't know what's going on there. Cedric Suarez, are you going to lock it down? I love Lacazette. You know, I think people need to remember he was player of the season a couple of years ago, but time waits for no one. I love Arsenal Football Club more. And is he showing stuff? He's still a good player. And from a tactical point of view, I can understand him being in the squad. Is he scoring goals? Simple as that. Should you give him a new deal? Probably not. I'd say him. David Luiz, I'd look to bring in a new centre-half, but he's not as bad as people make him out to be, and he's been all right this year. There's bare hot and cold players, man. Xhaka, can we move him on? I'm not going to cry if he stays. Ideally, can we sign someone on Partey's level that gives us a bit more in a creative sense? You know, who knows? Big up Lewis. Magnum is a vibe. Magnum and a certain other thing, carnival settings, but, you know, I got a brand, so let's not talk about that stuff. But the random know what I'm on, innit? You know what I'm on. You see it. Some of you comment it and it makes me die. But I like that. Keep the brand good. Christian is saying I missed the wings though. It's not a wing thing. I got my Sunday dinner downstairs, man. I got my rice and peas, my chicken, my mac and cheese, my coleslaw. Oh man, but I'm here with you guys. I would love to go and back it. Who you think can win the league? Nobody seized it, and I know Liverpool dropped points and City have dropped points, but you'd imagine them two. You know, you can't rule out anybody at this point, whether I believe they can or not. AJ said, you ain't got no Henny in the cup. No, I ain't had Henny in a minute, you know, really and truly. I ain't had Henny in a hot minute due to billet. Don't know what that is, but if you are doing that, you know, do it for me as well. Shout out to you, man. Who would you like at right back? I'd like Lamperty, you know. I would really like Lamperty, personally. I'd love Lamperty off the top of my head. Did you all see Cavani off the bench yesterday? Well, earlier today, people. And that's another point, yeah. Let me use Cavani as an example. I'm not saying we need to keep Lacazette. I'm saying, I didn't watch the start of the United game. I haven't been up to date with United games, so I don't know why Martial wasn't involved initially, or if he was on the bench or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, if you was to name their front three, you know, United fans might be saying Martial, Rashford and Greenwood. But Cavani showed you why you need a squad options. He's come off the bench and he's obviously been involved in goals that's helped them walk away with 3 points. Giroud's done it off the bench for Chelsea. You know, you people underestimate, for me, the need for another striker in your squad, a plan B, a squad role striker. And I think if Lacazette accepts that and wants to do that, it could be his. But again, the wage he wants to command, is it worth it? Can we go and get better? No, not sure, people. That's one for you lot to that's one for you lot. Yo, moderators, I'm seeing a couple beaky comments. Please pattern up the beaky comments. We're not trying to do them fish things there here and stuff. But yeah, Kaya said, I was talking to my boy about Lamperty. The kid is a baller. I like him, man. He's raw with it. I like Lamperty. I got a lot of time for Lamperty. Talking the Turf TV has said Arsenal need to play on the front foot and score 1 or 2 in the first half. Wolves opt to stay in the game first and then play progressive second half. Good point, my guy. Very solid point. And that's something I'm keen to stress as well, because I think statistically Wolves are quite slow starters. So the first half is there for the taking. I'm interested to see psychologically how both teams react to going a goal down as well, purely because, you know, the way they're playing with 3 at their back, they have got a defensive structure, but you've gone with a winger at wing back in Pedro Neto and more of a fullback. So I'm keen to see what they do, people. I'm keen to see what happens. So yeah, man. Yeah, I can look to do that. Of course, I can look to do that. How many minutes are in the game due to start? 5 minutes until kickoff, people. 5 minutes until kickoff. 5 minutes. 1 second, people. I'm coming back. I'm going to be back. My guy, Mesut Ozil. It happens every stream. Mesut Ozil is going to deal with you lot for a sec. I'm back, folks. I'm back. I apologize. Big up everybody who stayed. Big up Mesut Ozil for taking my place. 5 minutes until kickoff. Better yet, 4 minutes until kickoff, people. The boys are out, Arsenal and Wolves. They're out here on the Emirates Stadium. They're about to, you know, do the pictures and the rest of it, you know. Better pitch, better passing. AM, always saying sensible comments. Madness, man. You know, simple as that. It's simple stuff, man. Can someone confirm the time this game is starting? 7:15 UK time. 7:15 UK time. Hopefully it's not a Pedro Neto thing, my guy. But he is someone I'm looking at to provide danger today against us. So hopefully we can keep him quiet. And I'm looking to Bellerin to have a good game, man, because again, Maitland-Niles' absence, don't necessarily understand it, but it's happened, hasn't it? So we're gonna have to see it, man. Ozil took my place, man. Ozil took the place, man. Let's see what happens today, man. If we don't win, where do we go from here, people? If we don't win, that's what I would like to know. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? You know, we've got another 0-0. Somebody doesn't seem. I've been seeing a couple 0-0s. Some of you think it's gonna be a poor draw. And what I'm scared of, people, is the height advantage. And they've got some very street smart and experienced players. They've obviously got that in a manager. You look at their squad, a lot of their players have been around the block, with exception to Dendoncker and probably Pedro Neto. You know, Pedance has played in the Champions League. Adama's been at Barcelona and been in the Prem for a number of years. You know, you've got Jimenez been around. You know, Matinho's been around. Patricio, you know, Bolly, Cody, Marcao, they're quite decent people. So I'm keen to see what they're doing. If it is a back 3 or is a back 4, because on the Wolves graphic, it looked like a 3-4-3 on their graphic. Sky Sports has it down as a 4-4-2. So I'm keen to see what it is, man. I'm drinking eggnog. I'm not really a guy for that, man, but big up you, man. You know, please stop the spamming. Come on, man. We've got a good thing going here. We've got a good community. Big up everybody locked in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. It doesn't cost a thing. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. You know, again, score predictions. Get your score predictions in, people. Get your score predictions in. RIP Diego Maradona, as you can see on the TV, 1960 to 2020. Gone too soon. Where are you from? Are you G-checking, man? It all depends what country, heritage, you know. Am I in the wrong ends? I don't know. You know, AEA Studio, I said, if we lose, I'll let Arteta have a chance to win against Spurs. If he loses that, I'm Arteta out. Patience wearing thin among some fans. Michael has said it's a slippery slope. A loss here hurts our confidence for, doesn't want to say the word, but I have faith in the team. You know, we've got to have faith. We've always got to support the boys, but at the same time, the boys got to be the ones to pick it up, people. It's 7:15 over here in the UK. Kickoff is imminent. Yeah, both teams are doing the huddle. You can see Connor Cody doing up his huddle. He seems like he's cheering up these Wolves players, and they look like they've got the bit between their teeth. They look like they've got the fire in their bellies. They're not going to roll over and accept defeat. Pardon me. It's going to be tough. Hopefully we can do this, man. When are you going to stream on Twitch? It's streaming on Twitch. This is streaming on Twitch. In relation to the Football Manager content, soon, man, soon. Make sure you're subscribed and you'll eventually see it. Simple as that. I'd assume Wolves have won the toss and they will kick off first, people. Let's see. Again, it looks like a 4 at the back from an Arsenal perspective. It actually looks like a back 4 from the Wolves perspective, people. In my opinion, it looks like a back 4 from Wolves now. You know, I also like him starting. I think he deserves to start. Big up everybody locked in, people. It means the world that you're locked in. As usual, make sure you're hitting the like button. It doesn't cost a thing. It doesn't cost a thing. And the game has kicked off, people. The game has kicked off. 14 seconds in, and Wolves have their first corner, people. You already get to see already. For me, that is simply put a signal of intent from Wolves. They've told you directly what they're trying to do. You know, Podence is that I can't even see from here, has put a ball into the box. Xhaka has dealt with it. But that's a sign of things to come. That's what they're trying to do, people. So, again, we're going to have a long day at the office in that regards. Ahead of my TV, what the hell? I don't know what's going on with your thing, man. But 45 seconds into this game, Wolves have a corner. João Moutinho, the experienced Portuguese man, is over this. And he's taking it short. Delivered into the box. It's a good cross. We dealt with it. It's fallen to Podence. He sent somebody shop. He sent Aubameyang shop. He's played it out wide again. Their numbers. Who is their number 7? I can't even see. Pedro Neto has tried to sell dreams. It hasn't banged. And Wolves have signaled intent within this first minute, 12 seconds. You know, they've signaled what they're trying to do. They've signaled what they are about, people. They're trying to get at us, you know. Yeah, your stream's a few secs ahead. Apologies. I'm watching it on TV. It ain't my fault. I can't do anything. 1 minute, 27 seconds in, people. Arsenal 0, Wolves 0. And you've already seen what Wolves want to do. They want to cross the ball. Leno's taking his goal kick, and he's not gone long, but gone long to Bellerin, who can advance with it. Bellerin's done well there. He's giving it to Willian. Willian's lost the ball, and, you know, we've said that so many times this season, and Wolves will be on their bike on the counter-attack, and they're doing that with Podence. You know, Xhaka and Ceballos are down him, and now Adama Traore down this right-hand side. It's a half-decent ball in. We've half dealt with it, and we can go now. Tini's got it out to Bukayo Saka, but we're still in a dangerous spot. Saka's got us out of there. Saka and Ceballos have done very well there, to be fair with you. Saka's done very well to hold off Adama. Oh, Aubameyang has done very well to pick out the advancing Joe Willock. We need you to get your head up, Joe Willock. Bit of end product. He gets it to Bukayo Saka. This might be a thing, you know. Oh, my. Oh, good play, boys. Good boy, good play. End to end already. Good play, good play, good play. I will need another page in that. You know, first off, 2 minutes, 31, 7 seconds in, people. I will add that one time, my guy. Soon, man. We're going to pattern that out for you. Leno in that away shirt looks so strange. Oh, so it's just Leno wearing it. So I just clocked. I thought we was all wearing away shirts. Maybe because it's too similar. But anyways, you know, it looks like Wolves have gone with a back 4. Podence is in that 10 position. And he's already started very lively. You know, both teams back 4. Big up everybody who's still locked in. I see a couple people bust. I understand if you're there, you know, you don't want to listen and you want to go at halftime, do your thing. But Adama Traore, I don't know why play stopped. He's indirectly hurt Joe Willock. I think he stamped on his heels. It weren't on purpose. He must have forgot his kit. He must have forgot his kit, man. He must have. 3 minutes, 39 seconds in, people. David Luiz. This is why I wanted David Luiz in the team. Good little forward pass out to William. William's got giving it to Xhaka. Xhaka's giving it back. Boys, we're moving it well. It's a good ball from William. Good intent, people. Good intent. Good intent. And now Arsenal will have a corner after Connor Cody got it out of play, people. Good intent. Good intent. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. Hopefully we can keep going, man. Hopefully we can keep going. Arsenal corner, people. 4 minutes, 17 seconds in. William will take this corner. Let's see what happens. Ball in from William. No one's advanced to it. It did look like a foul. It looked like David Luiz went crashing into the other Don, which he did. But it's all right, people. There was no malice behind it. Both are, both are correct in going for the ball. Both are well within their rights of going for the ball. And it looks like there'll be medical attention. In fact, I think it looks rather serious. It looks pretty serious in relation to the Wolves player. I hope the Wolves player is actually all right, people. It looks like there's something wrong there. So you can imagine a solid chunk already, people, of added on time in this game. You can already imagine it, people. We'll have to see. We'll literally have to see what happens, though. We'll have to see what happens. We got everybody locked in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. It doesn't cost a thing. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. I hope he's okay, man. It looks like Jimenez is, yeah, man. He didn't look like he was. He didn't look all right there, man. It looks like Wolves will be forced into a substitution. Maybe Arsenal will in relation to David Luiz. It doesn't. I hope it's not, it's a game of football. You can't wish malice on anyone. Hopefully Jimenez is fine. Health is wealth, and health is first and foremost the concern. It looks like Rob Holding is warming up as well, obviously in anticipation for if David Luiz cannot continue. And this is rotten luck, people. You can see in shot Fabio Silva of Wolves lining up, the young 18-year-old FM legend in it, people. What have you lot made of the first 6 minutes so far? I know there's been a mad delay and there is currently a delay. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Arsenal need to win. 14th, not good enough. Andy put it expertly correctly. Oh, and David Luiz looks good, but he might be concussed. His face is bleeding a little bit. His head is bleeding a little bit. He's got a nasty sort of gash on him that might even need stitching, that really, to be fair with you. It looks like David Luiz, at least for the end of this game, is going to wear a protective headgear or piece of headgear. So yeah, man. Big up everybody in the live chat, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Be back at half time. You better be, Marcus. Don't do me dirty. Big up everybody locked in. Please just hit the like button, people. What have you lot made of the game so far? There's going to be a chunk of added on time at the end of this game, clearly, because we've already spent substantial minutes dealing with this, but health is wealth. Simple as that. And health is wealth, man. If there's any chance of concussion, if there's any form of concussion, then obviously both players should come off. Football, very few things are more important than football. People staying alive is definitely one of those. And obviously there's been a lot of talk in relation to dementia and heading the ball and things like that. It looks, well, Fabio Silva will be the young man coming on for the experienced Jimenez. I'm sure he's not happy about it, but these are the circumstances you have to come on in. And he is a very talented player. And in true Arsenal fan fashion, it's probably written in the script that he scores his first goal. I don't want to talk it into existence, or his first significant goal. From what I remember, he's very strong. He's a very hard striker to defend against. I'm sure if you all go on the highlights very quickly, he destroyed United. Spurs in the youth league. He's a very talented young striker. He's out cold, man. Hopefully he's all right, man. Health is wealth. Health is first and foremost. Health. He needs that helmet, man. If it means he's playing. You know, he is typically. How many times do we sit here and say that David Luiz is the only one trying to break lines and all of these things? But to be fair, we had that early initial break with Saka and Willock, so we get what we need to do, man. Hearing sirens, you might just live in a dodgy area, mate. Unlucky, man. You know, marking his and this it wouldn't mind. It would be us to give him a career and make his career take off from now. Well, no, there's an injury. I don't know what you're doing. I'm watching it on Sky. How can I be late? If Sky's late, then it is what it is. They got everybody locked in, and there's been a mad delay. And the Fabio Silva kid is being given a lengthy talking to and a bunch of instructions in relation to what he needs to do. AC is saying we need to use the left-hand side. I wonder if they've given him stitches on the spot. But anyway, there's been a lengthy stoppage in play, as you can see. Pick up David Luiz because he always puts us in this. Hopefully we don't, man. Hopefully this is not the game he gets his first goal and all of these things in. It's quite crazy, man. There's been a mad delay to this. And it looks like they finally got Jimenez onto the stretcher. Brutal, man. Brutal. You know, I can't see what's happened to Jimenez, but the one saving grace is that apart from maybe going to hospital, you hope it's just concussion. He goes to hospital and he just has an inconvenience tonight and he's ready to go home and whatnot. You don't want it to turn into anything more serious than that. But Fabio Silva is now on and he's now playing against us. And he is a physical handful. You can't really see it on TV, but he is quite big. He's quite gangly. He knows how to use his body. He's quite awkward as well. Obviously, there could be a bit of banter and back and forth between him and Gabriel. One's Portuguese, one's Brazilian, you know. A bit of gamesmanship. And he'd have the experience, João Moutinho, his countryman, to guide him through the game if he needed that. So, yeah, man. Hopefully, we get back going soon. You know, there'll be a substantial chunk of added on time, I could imagine, because we've been attending to this for a while. Hopefully, the players are keeping warm and fresh, and keeping it knocking about, which you can now see they are. Hopefully, it's nothing serious and we can get back playing. Simple as that. Same, Sam. I wish Arsenal the best, man. Hopefully, we can continue to, you know, how we started this game, really and truly. We've actually started all right. Hopefully, that can continue. But as you know, as an Arsenal fan, the way it starts and the way it finishes, a lot of the time are two very different, pardon me, things. Can we just restart now? I don't know what's going on now, people. Sky Sports, I just when something serious happens, can you just keep the cameras on the incidents? Like, it's of no help. You've been just zooming into Nuno's face. Like, leave the guy alone. You just got his face on the TV. What the hell is going on? It's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate one. I mean, I still don't think we've got anywhere. James wants Wolves to do a thing. Huge gas. Huge gas. Huge gas. Probably should be taken off at this point. It might very well be. You'd imagine he has to change that shirt. But we'll have to see, man. In the meantime, let's see if there's any Arsenal news currently floating about in relation to this. Apparently, Arsenal have signed a former Tottenham and Spurs lad. Apparently, Arsenal have completed the signing of former Manchester United and Tottenham's defender, Ronel Walters. Walters joined United last season following a successful trial with the Red Devils. He initially came through the Tottenham youth setup, but he's already on the move again to the Gunners. Raw. The young right back posted an image of himself on Twitter in an Arsenal shirt. So yeah, we've got a young centre back, right back who can. He said he can play centre half as well as right back in our academy structure. People, back to the game. David Luiz is on his feet. I don't think it'll be wise for David Luiz to play again, but it might do. You know, maybe he should be substituted. On the topic of Jimenez, I can't see, so I have no clue. It looks like David Luiz wants to continue and he will play on. It looks like David Luiz is cool. I guess you have to walk all the way around the pitch and whatnot. For Jimenez is on the stretcher, and obviously we wish him all the best. We wish Jimenez all the best. It sucks, you know. We should just be talking from a footballing perspective. Hopefully, speedy recovery and there's no complications. But he's on the stretcher, and one saving grace is knowing that obviously he'll be surrounded by individuals who know what the hell they're talking about. A man said he watches Charlton for creativity instead of Arsenal. Mad. Same, man. Same. David Luiz seems to have had a rotten time with that of late. So yeah. And like Billy said, you know, extra time is going to be mad, but all that matters is health. You know, hopefully Raul Jimenez is okay, but we're back involved now, and due to that, we're now at the 14th minute mark. Saying that in 3 seconds, it's going to be 15. Now it is 15 seconds played, people. Connor Cody in possession, back at the restart in the game. Out here with Pedro Neto down this left-hand side. He's gone back to Marcel, who's elected to go back to Connor Cody, who's recently obviously been called up to the England team and all of these sort of things. So if he plays well as well in games like this, he probably can go on the plane. Connor Cody in possession, brings it forward for Wolves, distributes it to his left back. His left back plays it forward to Pedro Neto. No foul, Bellerin. Bellerin's tried to dive and it ain't worked, but it's cool. It's cool. Not watching you guys again. Done out here. Okay, mate. Fair play. Nelson Semedo in possession, people. Saka does well to get back, and that's what we're going to see. And the only worry is both teams kind of started strong, and it's kind of gone cold now, really and truly. Wolves have tried to ball forward to Adama Traore, and Tierney's done very well to win it in the air. I believe Tierney's been given a foul. Well, Adama's been given a foul against Tierney. A bit harsh, I felt. I felt we could have just kept playing. But, you know, as an Arsenal fan, I'm going to take that every day of the week. David Luiz advancing with the ball. Gabriel. Back to David Luiz. 16 minutes, 32 seconds played, people. And that's the thing. Can we get some passing going? You know, they are keeping the ball nicely. Pedro Neto seems to be up for it. He's having a very lively day at the office. But I want to be saying that about my own players, really and truly, if I'm completely honest with you. But we're not. So it is what it is in that regards. Fabio Silva with a header forward. David Luiz with, you know, he's been in head incidences, headers it again. And Pedro Neto and David Silva tried to advance, but Pedro Neto runs it off the field. You know, good opportunity. You know, he seems to be a man of recent. He's been doing stuff for Wolves and making the difference. So I'm sure many Wolves fans hope he can continue. Leno in possession now. Goes back to David Luiz. David Luiz, 17 minutes, 27 seconds played, people. David Luiz tries a pass to Willian, and it quite simply put, it doesn't work out. Bellerin making runs. He's going to need to keep making them. He's going to need to keep making them. You know, Joe Willock and Xhaka protest for the ball. Play continues. Joe Willock done very well there to regain possession after Xhaka gave it away cheaply. And Dani Ceballos equally gives it away cheaply, but there is an Arsenal foul. Said it, James, man. We do need it. We do need it. Are these partying chips not dead, man? They're not sweet, they're salty, man. What's this? Xhaka in possession, people. I mean, I agree, Dean, but me and you's opinion, while I think we're right, who are we compared to the medical team that have signed him off and things? 18 minutes, 25 seconds, people. And that's where the danger of fans, Andy, man. You need to remember he's a young man, man. Sorry, David. If I'm hungry, I'll do what the hell I want. I'm only one man. David Luiz in possession. "19 minutes played, people, and it was clear that Aubameyang was miles offside. Haven't hit Aubameyang too many times. Conor Cody out to Adama Traore. And again, Tierney's done very well just to nip in front and win that. You know, Tierney's always going to have a busy day today at the office with someone like Adama Traore. And dare I say, an angry Adama Traore. He ain't played too frequently this season or had too many frequent starts of late. A lot of Wolves fans say that's to do with his contract. I'm not going to get into that. No. We talk about things. We talk about everybody's mistake. Trust me, Alex, man. Alexander. Much my food if I damn well want to eat my food, man. This ain't no Sky Sports and that. So I must die. You're not paying for the live stream. So at least let a guy eat. I don't take the mick with it eating every second. I get it, but quick little bites here and there allow me. Ceballos in possession, people. 18 minutes played. Out here to Hector Bellerin. Hector Bellerin, where's his options? Bellerin's gone back to Willian. Willian's gone back to Ceballos. Ceballos has popped it back to Bellerin. Bellerin's got an option now. Bellerin gets caught in two minds and the ball's lost. But fortunately, Joe Willock is there. Joe Willock's done very well to hold on to it. And curse the commentator because just by saying that, he's given it away cheaply. And Ceballos has given away a very cheap foul. I don't think there's actually been a foul, but it looked cheap. And Fabio Silva looks annoyed because he's taking off his gloves. He's look off his gloves and he looks serious now. Thank you, man. There's some real guys here, man. You always get people like that. Don't eat. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't put ads. Don't do this. Don't do that. Crazy. Adama Traore to Podence. Podence out here to the left-hand side with Marcelo. Pedro Neto in possession, people, down this left-hand side. He's elected to pass it inside to João Moutinho. João Moutinho's played it back to the left back, who's given it to Pedro Neto. And if you're a Wolves fan, you're probably the happier. They've probably had more possession than us, done more with the ball than us. Not that they've cut us open, but I wanted Arsenal to do this. We've been playing like the away side. We're the ones ball chasing at present. But back to this, Podence on the ball. And again, he's looked up for it and looked quite lively in that 10 sort of position. Great bravery from Nuno to persist with a 4 at the back. You know, after Conor Cody's back into the team, maybe he tried to hoodwink Arsenal. Both teams probably could have been expected to play 4 at the back based on their last games, but also probably many people expected them to go back-to-back 3s or 5s, and neither manager did, man. Crazy, innit, SA? Crazy. It's crazy, man. Adama Traore tries to burst forward, but it's an aimless pass by him, and we've got to be careful of that, you know. When he breaks his stride, nobody can really stop him. 22 minutes, 7 seconds in, and Xhaka won a free kick for us, and it's found its way to David Luiz. Forward by David Luiz. Oh, right idea. Just too much on that. Willian stood no chance. You have to rate David Luiz for this dedication, man. Like, a man still finding a way to play with this head injury. You have to respect it, man. Rui Patricio over here with a goal kick, people. 22 minutes, 45 seconds played. Long ball forward. Xhaka does well in the air. It's fallen to João Moutinho, though, which is never a good thing. Conor Cody, not for the first time. Ball over to the right-hand side. It's hit Podence. Podence is taking on Kieran Tierney. It's a good cross. Bellerin's done very well in the air. It's fallen to Dendonka, and he's done very poorly there. And it should really be an effort at Leno, or at least a Wolves goal, but it isn't that. Andy, I agree, we potentially are sitting too deep. I think we're beginning to play second fiddle a bit too much. Joe Willock, I need to see a bit more tactical discipline from Joe Willock. He seems to be about all over. Ball over here with Wolves. Again, you're probably comfortable. You're away from home. Second time going back to using a back four system you haven't used too many times. You know, you're away from home, 20 odd minutes played. You've not been asked any questions. You can't ask any more of this if you're a Wolves fan. That's not a foul. Fabio Silva, apologies, is deemed to have been fouled, people. It's never a foul from David Luiz, but it is what it is. João Moutinho over this free kick, people. Wow, that was mad. It's a quick free kick, and it's taken, and it's down here with Macau. João Moutinho. Connor Cody in possession. Out here to Willy Bowley. Then Donker drives it forward. Adama Traore. Picked off by Saka. Go on, Saka. Saka's gone home to Tierney. Tierney's giving it to Gabriel, and we'll just recycle this. David Luiz in possession to Dani Ceballos. Now, Dani Ceballos also has to put in a shift today and have a good game, personally, because, you know, the manager started you. You want to be in a starting lineup. Prove why. Aimless pass by Bellerin and almost puts Ceballos in problems, funny enough, but Ceballos bails him out of trouble there. Bellerin needs to be a bit more focused with those level of passes. It's a good attempt by Gabriel to play the ball forward. Execution isn't quite there. Tierney stood no chance, really and truly, but he still did it, and it came off to a slight degree. Wolves throwing, people. 25 minutes, 26 minutes, seconds left, people, or in better yet. Want to see how much added on time there actually is in this game. Wish I still had my mini fan because it is getting hot in here, people, in relation to the fans. I mean, not the fans, the fucking lights. Anyways, ball out here with Kieran Tierney. 25 minutes, 47 seconds in. Joe will look to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka has turned his man, and he's tried to go past his other man, and it's resulted in a Wolves throw-in. You know, our ball movement is dead, you know. Don't say that too early. He might prove you wrong in that regards. It's a bit of the same old from Arsenal. You're struggling to see what we're trying to offer in terms of the football for the football team. Well, not exactly presented anything. It is quite of a bore draw from an Arsenal perspective, but it is what it is. Out here with Pedro Neto, though. He's got a bit of space to run at Bellerin. He elects to go back home, though, to the experienced João Moutinho. Pedance. Adama Traore taking on Tierney, and he's done well. Oh, Wolves have hit the bar. Bam! Well, Arsenal are losing 1-0. Typical. We were warned about Pedro Neto. 1-0 Wolves. And that tells you everything, you know. Passive start from us. Reactive, you know, it's poor. The initial effort should have went in, really. They were done quite poor. And now Arsenal have a mountain to climb. It's all started out from the back. Fabio Silva's done quite well. He's got the run on Gabriel. You know, Pedro Neto has just got the run on Bellerin. Bellerin is not aware. It's cracked against the bar from Dendonka. Bellerin isn't aware, and it's just a shambles, man. It's a shambles of a goal. Very good from Wolves, from a Wolves perspective. It is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Pedro Neto, we spoke about him before the game. We said we would start him and Adama Traore. It more or less started from Adama Traore's side. It came from Adama Traore's side. Man, we said the fullbacks, you know, their wingers, apologies. We said their wingers and wide areas. And there it is, you know, there's a reason. That's 100 well, it's not now, but they made prior to this game, they had 149 crosses, people. Yeah, I think Tierney's done all right. He's got past him that time, and yeah, he's done him. Shouldn't have let the cross off. Shouldn't have. We go again, and like I said, when we conceded, it's key to how we react. How do we react, people? 28 minutes played. David Luiz has tried a ball forward, and it's just not got to Kieran Tierney. But it will be an Arsenal throw-in. You're doing too much. You're doing too much, and you're living a fairy. If we were to get relegated, which is not going to happen, Like, you think youth are going to get you out of the championship? Bag of kids will not get you out of the championship. And this is coming from someone who's a youth connoisseur in that regard. Will get worse and worse and worse. So let's be sensible a bit. But anyways, 28 minutes in, people. Made to pay. Don't create any chances. Can't expect anything. And Joe Willock's done a very good ball out to Tierney. Tierney, a good ball for Aubameyang. It's just got a Wolves man has just nipped it and taken it off its course. Like you said, don't panic. It's time to show your character. Make sure you're hitting the like button, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. It doesn't cost a thing. You know? It's a bit passive. It's just passive, man. And I'm liking how Connor Cody is just coaching Fabio Silva through the game. Connor Cody just got a little knock on that ball. The thing is, it's just down to us to create chances. 15 minutes left of this half, but it is what it is. Bro, been saying that, man. What's Saliba got to lose? Good ball from Willian. Yeah! Gabriel, you mad? Hey, my Brazilian done patterned it up. My centre half. None of the play thing. None of the play thing. My guy. Look at my centre half. You lot can cross, yeah? So can we. So can we. Gabriel, colossal jump. Colossal jump. We messed up the corner. Hey, gas it up, people. Gas it up. Gabriel, look. My guy. You know, big up William, because that was a ball from William initially. You know, big up William. We've been on to William. 3 assists for Arsenal Football Club, William. Look at the jump. Colossal. Look at him bully. Look, Adama Traore and my man. Move from me, man. I'm from Brazil, man. You can't rough me up. Look, move from me. They try to grab up his shirt. People, get off me. 22 years of age, 20 odd million, 5 million up front. Fix up now, boys. You messed up. It's 1-1. Go again now. You know, William, big up yourself for the assist because we've been on to you. You know, just from that, you might as well justify your manager starting. New contract, man. 10-year deal for that guy, man. Yo, brother. That comment there is a bit beaky. That can get you blocked, you know. I don't know for that one day. I'm even a bit mad. Trust me, man. Agenda time. Shameless thing. Agenda ones. Different breed, man. Different breed. Different breed. Big up Gabriel. Leads by example. He leads by example. Obviously, we don't know him for scoring goals. We don't attribute him to scoring goals. But when you're losing, you don't care who scores. And I'm pretty sure for most Arsenal fans that, listen, we can go down again, but you didn't think we'd react as quick. Now, both teams have scored, you know. They've kind of felt each other out. Now they can kind of go for it. Wolves have taken a quick throw in, and I hope we're still a quick free kick. And Fabio Silva, for me, has adapted into the game very well, people. He's done well. Both teams have been a bit tentative. Well, even more so us. Second best. Let Wolves set the tempo, man. Got ourselves back in the game, but like we need to move a bit madder. Pedro Neto started strongly, so he was always going to score. 32 minutes, 11 seconds played, people. 2 Portuguese speakers have scored at either end. What a header that was from Gabriel, man. Exactly. Look at the strength, man. Schoolyard bully. I see. Trust me. Trust me. Future Brazil jumped with intent. Gabriel, man. I got to tweet that. I got to give Gabriel some love, man. Anytime Gabriel agenda. Gabriel. What did we do to deserve a centre half like you? Adama Traore in acres of space. Kieran Tierney is on the chase. Fabio Silva's got the ball now. He's on the corner. And that's it now. As the game gets a bit open, you're worried about that. You're worried about that. The transition is where you're scared. Look, Adama Traore's had a busy game. It's a good ball to Silva. And David Luiz has done very well just to get over him, done with. Ceballos hasn't got going for me. I don't know where his headspace is at, you know. Xhaka is doing all right. He's doing all right. I saw that, but it was always bound to happen if he's heading and all of these sort of things. It is what it is. I might say Deluded Gooner is the better brother. Yeah, man, are doing me dirty. Deluded Gooner is the better. Man saying I look like birds, right? Allow me, fam. Anyways, so Ceballos in possession, 34 minutes played, people. To Willian, back to Danny Ceballos. Gabriel, I got time for you, Tierney and Saka, man. You know what it means. Picks it up off Xhaka, and Gabriel's advancing forward now. Our centre halves are the ones trying to break forward. Joe Willock's done all right in the trenches, man. Gabriel does a little body feint, switches play. William was never going to win that, and William's absolutely cleared out, and he's on the floor, he's still feeling that. And Wolves can break now. Adama Traore tried to play it forward, and he's lost possession. It's fallen to Tierney. I would have thought he would have played Saka, but he didn't. Xhaka in possession now. Hector Bellerin, come on, Bellerin. Aubameyang's put a lovely ball in the box, and Williams made a mess of it. Danny Ceballos should have jumped for the header, didn't jump for the header. Go on, David Luiz done well. That's an R ball. Thank you very much. That'll be our throw. David Luiz has done quite good. It looks like he is. He looks like he is, man. And I know a lot of people are saying he shouldn't carry on. Bro, you're laughing, you know. You're laughing. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. But this is the life we live in. It. This is what we're doing. Danny Ceballos, lovely clip ball over the top. Not quite. Well, better yet, too much on it. Not enough for Aubameyang to be able to take that in his stride. But that's what you want to see. I don't mind that. More service for Aubameyang. Been a bit starved. We haven't had enough shots. More of the same old, same old. Connor Cody in possession. 35 minutes, 35 seconds in, people. The ball is over here with Rui Patricio. David Luiz is a soldier, man. Soldier. He's holding it up, man. He knows what it means. Again, might come to a point we have to save man from himself, but I'm sure we'll have a word with him at halftime and see where he's feeling. Now he'll probably just say he wants. Trust me, man. You can't just come off for that. You just gotta hold that, firm that. But we have to take health very seriously, my guy. But Arsenal won, Wolves won. 36 minutes, 7 seconds played, people. You know, Wolves have probably been the side with more possession. Arsenal have been very reactive, but it is what it is. More involved, man. What have you lot? Well, we'll do halftime talks in a bit. I was going to ask you lot something, but it's better that I just wait till halftime. Tierney's done well. I think apart from that cross, Tierney's done his thing, man. He's risen well to that fight out there with Adama. You can't win all of them. Crosses are going to happen. He's physically a monster, but he's done quite well. Gabriel, lovely ball into Saka. Come on, Saka, baby. Come on, I know you got this. Oh, Saka, you got to be a bit more mature than that, man. Did he earn a corner? Did you earn a corner? Saka, you didn't earn a corner? You must earn a corner. You're better than that, Saka. I know you earned a corner. The commentators aren't there, so I can't hear it. But it's a lovely clip pass from over the top from Gabriel for Saka. And Saka has earned a corner calmly. I knew Saka was smarter than that. Big up Bukayo Saka. 37 minutes in. And they do look like, to be fair, both teams look like they can be got out on the break, people. Willian will take this corner, people. Hopefully Gabriel can thunder in another of them. It's not really the best of deliveries this time from Willian. And it will fall back into his path somehow. Can you put in a cross for us? He's elected to play it to Xhaka. Xhaka's aimlessly tried to pull it back in, and it's falling to Gabriel, but he's not the guy for that. And it's going to be a Wolves foul. That was rather silly, wasn't it? Hopefully we do our thing, man. Can't agree with that. Can't agree without can't do anything without, well, how do I make it make sense? What am I trying to say? Can't agree with anything but that, really, man. I agree wholeheartedly, Wayne, man. Saka is, but right now he's not playing the best on the field. Can't cap. But anyways, Arsenal won, Wolves won. It's another ball into the left-hand channel for Pedro Neto. He's 1v1 versus David Luiz. It's a fantastic ball, you know. That's a fantastic ball from Pedro Neto. It's whipped in hard and low. All a striker or any player has to do is throw themselves at it. Pedro Neto has been a thorn in our sides. He's probably the one I've said started the stronger. And it's been a bit open on the transition, and they've exploited that. Apologies, people. Oh, don't tell me the pen's died. Both sides open on transition. And the wingers love it. Wingers love it. People, I don't know about you lot, but it is quite a nervy game, man. It's quite a nervy game. 39 minutes in, Arsenal 1, Wolves is 1. You know, Podence should have darted across that. They should have scored. Both their wingers and wide men, better yet, are causing problems. And I'd say I'd say Nelson Semedo and the other left back, they're not even doing enough, really. They should be creating 2v1s out there. Nelson Semedo in possession, people. They've gone home. Aubameyang will chase it, but really he's not going to get. And it's back here, Rui Patricio. 39 minutes in, 28 seconds, people. Connor Cody in possession. Cody will play it out to his left back, Marcal. He will give it to Podence. Podence loves a Cruyff turn, innit? Cruyff turn, lovely, and he'll give it to Pedro Neto. Wolves are a good ball playing side, man. They can play ball. We know how they play. Like, Wolves are not a bad side. They're in a good way. They're not a secret. Like, we know they've got ballers. We know they've got structure. We know if you give them a chance, they'll make things happen. I think Adama Traore is slipping into old habits, and he is losing the ball quite a bit for Wolves. Is that an area we can exploit? What am I drinking? Juice, man. Just a humble juice still. 40 minutes, 10 seconds in, people. Come on, Aubameyang, man. I've still got you in my fantasy. I'm one of them people, you know. He must be feeling pressure, but pressure is a privilege. You're in a privileged position as a footballer due to your ability. It's a privilege. It's how you take it in your stride, man. At least we scored from... Oh, did we score? Yeah, we scored from open play. So Mazzolini. Pedro Neto again. Do you think the refs blowing a bit too quick, people, and blowing a bit too trigger happy to blow and stop the game? No team but fouling up the place. Fabio Silva loses out to Gabriel. Gabriel passes to Xhaka. Xhaka, that's a lovely pass. Oh, I see what Saka tried to do the first time pass to Aubameyang. They weren't on the same wavelength. Adama Traore's turned Xhaka on a lovely one. Players continued, and it's out here with Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Oh my god. Leno, bro. Leno, man. And Podence scored. They've hit us against plays. It's not good enough from Xhaka. You know, Xhaka's lost the ball, and we're back to square one on a stroke of half time. Back to square one. One step forward, 25 back. Leno is not... This is what I'm talking about with Leno. Both of them are on the transition. Tierney's done all right. Xhaka, that's too easy. You know, plays continue. Look, where there's too much gaps in midfield. Jesus Christ, bro. Too much midfield gaps. Too open on transition. And what do you expect? Leno's got to be doing better than that, man. Leno, bro. This is what I'm talking about. Leno is a good shot stopper, but his shot stopping is overrated because he does things like that, puts it back into danger. Like, oh, man. It initially was Xhaka's fault, but, oh, man, my word. And that's 2-1 out the window. And Arsenal, you got Spurs next week, so, boy, 2-1 Arsenal shouts are out the window, and it's firmly a game, man. Ah, man. 42 minutes played, people. It is what it is. 42 minutes played. Pedro Neto, what a fantastic footballer, man. With all due respect to Wolves, he could leave soon. And I'm pretty sure Deluded Gooner has a Pedro Neto video. Let me make sure I've actually got that. Pedro Neto, Deluded Gooner. Because, I mean, this game ain't doing much. Yep, 2 years ago, Pedro Neto could be a future star for Portugal. William brought down people, and this is just a battle of who can make the mistakes, man. Bellerin caused that goal. Bro, Podence, he's a nuisance, man. He deserved his goal. He deserved his goal. He deserved it. What can I say? Adama, Podence, Neto, as expected, people. Nuisances. It's a joke thing, man. It's a joke thing. The stagnation is real, bro. It's mad, man. It's the street smartness. It's way too easy, man. David Luiz over this free kick, probably living a movie with this one. He's probably going over the bar, as expected, way over the bar. That's how it goes with these knuckle ones, and it's what it is, man. Oh, man. Is what it is in an Arsenal perspective, man. Is reactive. You know, Podence has been a nuisance. Neto's been a nuisance. Leno should be doing better. It's taking a little knock off Bellerin, but come on, man. You should be that. I'm not gonna lie, that should be caught, Leno, man. You gotta do a lot better than that. Gotta do a lot better than that. And I don't condone the victim blaming and all of these sort of things, but Adama Traore in possession, people. Leno, man. I keep telling man about Leno, bro. I keep telling man about Leno. Keep telling man about Leno. 10 minutes added on time, people. That's one luxury, I guess. You got 10 minutes to pattern up. David Luiz has tried a crossfield pass, and he'll actually get through to Aubameyang. But where's Aubameyang's options? And, you know, Aubameyang got the shot off he had to, but the angle was against him. It wasn't really there. But that's the one thing I'd say. A couple of times we've tried to hit Aubameyang on that run. Is it a game for Lacazette or Eddie? It's always the guy who misses out. Joe Willock, I feel, is, you know, he's not been involved. It's too, and again, it's just too easy to get past Xhaka. You know, maybe it would have been best. I don't know El Nene's level of fitness, but maybe it would have been best to get one of them in there. Quite frankly, you know, bare passengers in midfield. We've got a lot of midfield passengers. All right. I don't know what to say, people, really and truly. I don't know what to say. I don't know how we move, but it is what it is, people. Wolves 2, Arsenal 1. Yep. There's a lot of gaps, man. And it's out here with Fabio Silva, who's had a mixed game, man. He's done well. He's given as good as he's got, and now he's giving it to Adama Traore. Back out here with Fabio Silva, who's trying to get a shot. Tierney's done well. Tierney probably didn't have to give that away for a corner, but it's now a corner. There is no midfield. There is absolutely no midfield at all, man. No, I'm not giving him a blind. He's not alone in it. It's not a scapegoating him thing because Xhaka doesn't do well enough and whatnot, but he's got to pattern up, man. And we've got a serious fight back, man. Serious fight back, to put it nicely. Serious fight back. Ball in from Pedro Neto. Xhaka clears. And it's back here with Nelson Semedo of Wolves. A lot of passengers in the team, man. A lot of passengers. A lot of passengers. It makes you I know Partey hasn't played too many games for Arsenal, but it makes you appreciate that. A man said, get yourself some Sun Exotic. Love for the super chat, my guy. Conor Cody in possession, people. 47 minutes, 43 seconds in. Long ball from Rui Patricio out to Nelson Semedo, and it would be an Arsenal throw-in. You know, Xhaka isn't getting too much love in the group chats. I mean, in the live chats, and I can't fault him. Hopefully, Kieran Tierney can do a thing. Like Arteta said, we knew they'd be aggressive. We knew they'd be hungry. It's ridiculous, man. So Bios is just letting it's just midfield passengers, man. Everyone's a passenger in midfield, man. It's just an L, like it's just feeling like a mad L, like it's not where the other team's been necessarily played amazing, you know. Pedro Neto, Podence, Adama, they are causing problems, but it's a bit of a mixed game. We're just making stupid mistakes. He's not, man. Probably have to bring El Nene in just because he's going to be a bit more mobile, man. Like, Xhaka is getting ripped. Ceballos is just on a passenger thing. Gabriel is doing what he can. But again, we're just aimless. Like, what if Fabio Silva picked Adama? Adama Traore is done very poor. And we're just there for the taking on the counter. And it should be 3-1 Wolves. Too many gaps, man. Like, bro, it's a madness. It's a mad. How these lot were looking at their team in August and saying this team is good enough to get top 4. You tell me, people. This is a shambles, man, to put it nicely. Like, Ceballos offers himself, but what does he do with it? David Luiz and Gabriel are just doing some ball playing thing. I'm not even getting at them. What can they, like, they're setting it. I'm not getting at Saka at all, but even Saka's been very quiet today. Tierney to Gabriel. Gabriel in possession. Back to Tierney. Tierney to Joe Willock. Joe Willock. Come on, man. He's got away with it, but the first touch has to be better. He's got away with it, but that casual approach. Oh, it's not a foul. Come on, Arteta, subs at half-time, man. People are not being serious. And Adama will just break and break and break and play it to his teammate Nelson Semedo. Nelson Semedo in possession. Relaxes. And this is the thing, bro. Wolves have an experienced team. You know, Connor Cody's been through the blocks. Pedence been through it. You know, Matinho, Nelson Semedo, they can, and a manager like Nuno, they can manage out the game. You know they don't need to force it now. They're managing it very well. You can see Matinho telling people, be careful, stop running forward, man. I wish I could say the same, man. I wish I could say the same. It's a joke thing, man. It's a joke thing. Like you said it perfectly, man. No, I think Tierney's holding it up, man, but we're just poor in the transition, man. Trust me. David Luiz in possession, people. It's cut out, man. Hector Bellerin, it's played on. Wolves have played on it, hit him in his hands. It shouldn't even be a Wolves free kick. He's not, look, his hands are down. He's literally blasted at his hands, people. Reece Nelson needs to cut. There's no energy, man. There's no energy. Like, people are not repaying it. It's a poor pass from Xhaka. What is Saka going to do with that? That's known as a hospital pass. Literally, they're them passes that put your teammate in a 50-50 and they get out of it. Good ball from Ceballos, to be fair. Bellerin's got it out to Willian. Can Willian do something with it? You know, there's not too many options, but he's put a decent ball in. Nobody's challenging. Saka's unmarked, and now Saka's brought it down. Where's Saka's options? Can you put a ball in for a Saka? Decent ball in from Saka. Come on, boys. Fight for that. Anyways, it's back with David Luiz. 51 minutes, 56 seconds, people. Danny Ceballos has gone down, so it means the play is out of here, man. Joke thing, man. This is an absolute joke, man. This is an absolute joke. Yeah. This is absolute bad. This is mad bants. Like, this is actually funny. Like, what is going on? What the hell is going on? Like, oh, Nene for Xhaka or Ceballos. I look to get Nelson on, and obviously you're chasing the game. You've got 2 strikers. You've got to probably bring on one or both of them. It's the same old, man. Different games, same old nonsense right now. Nothing's changed. And are you going to get 2 goals? Probably not. Gabriel in possession. Restart has happened, people. Keep telling you, if the team was everywhere it needed to be, we'd be looking at Leno, man. William's gone back to David Luiz. Smash the like button. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. It doesn't cost a thing. Willian in possession. 53 minutes in. Offside, like it's bait, fam. Like it's bait. You can see, I saw the whole line. My hand's in my head before the ball's been played because I know you can see it. Oh, man. There's no tugs, man. There's no tugs in this team, man. Like, Gabriel's the only one trying to ting. Oh, man. "54 minutes in, people. Long goal kick from Rui Patricio. And it's falling to Tierney. Tierney's got it out there to Saka. Come on, Saka. Bring it. Carry it, Saka. Carry it. Saka's tried to find a Aubameyang. That's very poor from Saka, really and truly. Thanks for the cheapest super chat essay. Players are shocking, but Arteta has Arteta even implemented any style? Nothing gets changed. It's like we still play three at the back. Love for the super chat, my guy. And this is what I said at the start of this, man. You can do 4, you can do 5, you can do 3. What is the philosophy? Or we'll be asking ourselves the same old question. Way too passive. You know, potentially that. And even Williams on thin ice, you know. Why only you can answer that, man. Oh, man. And that's half time, people. Ay. No system. No flexibility. Like, players hiding. It's the same thing, man. People, what's you lot's thoughts? I'm going to go last. What's you lot's thoughts in relation to this game, man? Because I need to, it's one of them, I've got to let things soak in. Because what they're doing right now, what Arsenal are doing right now, it's a madness for me, people. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Look. They're doing a madness. They're doing a madness. I'm quickly looking at halftime and seeing what the statistics say. Let's actually check out this game, people. Bro, you've got yourself like, how do you equalize 3 minutes later and still go and do this? Like, individual errors cannot stop sequence, man. I mean, let's actually look at, apologies, sequence is not spelled like that. Let's look at the statistics now, people. Let's actually look at the statistics now. Absolute joke, man. Looking at the statistics, Wolves have 8 shots. We've had 2 on top. We've had 4 shots, 2 on target. They've had 5. They've had more possession. They've made more passes. Like, it's the same old, same old. If results stay the same, then Arsenal will remain 14th. And, you know, it is what it is. How we move from here, I don't know. We might have to nip certain things in the bud, people. What have you lot got to say? Of course, I'm looking dejected, people. But, Carl, what is it, fam? Like, you almost feel so, like, it's like, no matter how much the man disappoint you, they find another way to do it. It's like the goals, man. Like, slow transition, no transition, I would say. You know, we look clueless. Oba looks terrible. You know, what else have you lot got to say? Simply put, same old story. You know, another perfect way of putting it. You know, it is a bit mad. You know, John, as a neutral, has said something pretty damning. As a neutral, Wolves are a good team and are good at stinging teams on the break. For Arsenal, they look a disjointed outfit and should have lost to Wolves last week also. Can't disagree with what a word he said. Arsenal firmly have not learnt their lessons from that game, have failed to react, and it's same old, same old. Ah, man. Boy. You know, Bergkamp then the honeymoon period is over for Arteta. Lewis has put, you know, we're a shambles going forward. No one on the same page, if we even can go forward. You know, Stephen Hill says Xhaka is awful, always fouls, short passes, can't clear danger. You know, Nakuta said, anyone seen any progress? I'm finding it hard to put a positive spin on this. How could we keep a bleeding centre back on the pitch when we're getting battered? No plan, no movement, no belief, relegation. You're doing a lot with the relegation, chat, man. Deluded, talk to me. How can we sort this out? No one has options on the ball. I forget what free-flowing football looks like. Again, it's a question for the coach. What are you working on the coach's perspective? Players who's standing up to be counted, you know, who on that football field? I see Gabriel, who is standing up to be counted. It's a bit mad right now. It's just players bottling it. And Joe, you know, a bit harsh, but it is what it is, man. Can never ditch my club, man. I signed up for this stuff, but it's one of them ones. Like I was saying, like they need to start backing themselves, man. Bro, the midfield don't connect. You saw the statistics last time about that and how in the last game against Leeds, how they failed to pass. And it's continued, man. It's continued again and again and again and again. You know, Arsenal have completed 3 passes to Aubameyang, David Luiz, Bellerin, and Saka. Arsenal have failed to keep a clean sheet in any of their last 8 matches. And to put it nicely, our defending is awful. At least William got his first assist since the opening day, man. Bro, Gabriel is Arsenal's joint top goal scorer in the Premier League. That says it all. That says it all. This is... Boy, man. Like... Fam. Where do we go from here? What do I say to you guys like that? What can I say to you guys that is not going to be any different from what I said against Leeds, what I said against Villa, what I said against Leicester, what I've said even in victories against Leicester in the Cup or against West Ham in the league? It's just even against Fulham, it's bits and pieces. There's a couple positives, there's an overriding negatives, there's a lack of consistency, there's an air of complacency. Players are not standing up to be counted and seizing their opportunities. Once again, like I said against Leeds, you look at them players starting. Ceballos, you want to play for Real Madrid, you want to go to the Euros. Immediately you find yourself sitting on the bench for Arsenal. You want to play. What are you doing? Xhaka, you are barely playing. Joe Willock, go and seize your chances. You're playing like strangers. You're all being passengers. You know, it's very reactive the way we've been playing, man. Very reactive. Very reactive. And it's just the same old, man. It's like there's no hiding place in the Premier League. You knew the problems were going to come from wide areas, and that's what we're doing. You know? It's absolutely shocking, man. Absolutely shocking. You know, big up the Brazilian connection with Willian and Gabriel, the 2 summer recruits. But that's the only positive spin, man. You know, Pedants, they've hit us from, you know, we've been caught on the counter. It's so poor on the transition, people. You know, Xhaka's just been twined up and twisted up. Ceballos is ball watching. Nobody's challenging. Oh, my God, man. Just some... Second goal. Shambles. On counter, like, broski, people, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? You know, I hear that the squad ain't good enough, but, bro, regardless of these players, they can play a lot more competent than they should be. It's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. We do always look scared on the ball, man. It's a bit mad, man. You know, Arteta's even catching a bit of heat. Aubameyang 4 shots in 8 league games. There must be a connection between signing up. Boy, it's just one of those things, man. There's no plan, man. There's no plan. You never get the vibe that there's a plan in Arsenal, man. Like, quite simply put, sad times. Midfield is non-existent. You know, we miss Bear, man. That's it. We're getting to that point where teams are going to be embarrassed if they ever lose 3 points or 8 points to Arsenal. Spurs gone top, well deserved. Keep it that way, man. And that's it. Too many managers happy to be here. Bro, it's a bit mad, man. I don't know what to say, people. I'm genuinely, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't believe in insulting you guys' intelligences. You all saw what happened. You all literally saw with your own eyes what happened. You've seen with your own eyes how we've been playing. It's been a shambles. It's been a calamity. Like, this is like absolute joke, man. You know, all you're looking for me now. I'm looking at the bench. Can someone on the bench make themselves a hero? That's the stage we're at now. Like, someone on the bench has to make themselves a hero. Like, it's an absolute joke thing, man. Like, I don't know what I don't want to. Like, I'm genuinely sitting here on this live stream. I feel sorry for you lot, because what the hell am I supposed to say to you lot? Like, I've said it, people. Midfielder passengers. Once again, the midfield are playing like strangers. We're too open on the transition. We've got a very big naivety right now on the transition. Players are not standing up to be counted. You know, it's getting frustrating because you lot have watched the 3 previews I did for the Wolves game. A blind man could see. They're gonna play the Adamas, the Nelson Semedos. They're gonna try and exploit wide areas. Why are we not mitigating against that? You know, it's pardon me, man. Like, bro, people, what can I tell you, lot? There's nothing sensible I can tell you, lot. I can't tell you, lot, anything sensible or anything worthwhile or anything that, you know, would sound better, you know, because you're seeing what it is. Like, you're literally seeing it for what it is, people. We're just on some banter thing. We're on some nonsense. We're doing nonsense. We're behaving nonsense. Bro, just give us anyone, man. FA Cup is FA Cup. Just there's no one I'm trying to avoid, man. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. It's everything, man. It's Arteta's tactics at the moment. It's these players' poorness as well. We got to keep it cool as a spade, because if we was winning, the energy would be different. I'm not saying like it must be mad, but it is what it is, man. Losing the will with this team, can't blame you, man, because it's just mad. Like, it's just mad. Just wish I knew. Simply put, you know, nothing to say, people. Nothing to say. I hope so. I hope he's been watching Cavani against Southampton and he does his thing. Hope so. Hope so, people. Sabas isn't getting loved. I don't have no answers, man. No, if we come 8th and if we come 8th, he needs to keep it moving, man. Come on. This is just, we're not how, bro. We lost that last year. We didn't finish in the top 6. Bro, if you can't go forward and you can't defend properly, you're in trouble. Like, you're in trouble as a football team. We're at this point, I've got nothing to say. They just got to show something. It's really as simple as that, man. It was. Don't know what to say to you lot, people. So I ain't even going to say a word. Like, speechless, fam. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. Keep abusing the like button. At least there's something here, man. That is. They got 45 minutes. They got 45 minutes. It's got to the point. Yeah, when Holding's coming on. So it looks like David Luiz is giving us all he can give. A shout out to David Luiz for being a soldier, man. He did what he could. Absolute joke, man. Bro, I'm just gonna let you lot do the speaking, man. Just gonna let you lot do the speaking, fam. Carl. I said this, and I know both of all of you can go back to my previews of both games, and I said we should go with a back five in those games. We should just simply be a bit more attacking. But I'm willing to be patient with Arteta and the club if they show me. So I'm not seeing it, man. Rob holding on for David Luiz. So Wolves are about to get a number of opportunities, and we've lost David Luiz, who's going to consistently try to play that pass. Pedro Neto's probably looking to pick up where he left off, as is Podence. Oh, man. It's a joke thing, man. There's nothing to say, man. Bro, my guy. I can't be chirpy right now, man. They're smacking me up. Not even girls give me this much stress. This is a madness. Like, do you know what it is? It's just knowing that I'm going to be thinking of this result all week, talking about it all week, making videos all week, speaking about Spurs all week. It's the hope that kills you, man. Like, I definitely didn't expect to beat Wolves, but I would have thought more of a chance, man. Like, oh, man. I think Joe will. He's had his opportunity. I hope he's got 45 minutes. I think Joe's had opportunities. He's shown that it's not quite going to work right now. Sabas has shown that this will be the last year you represent a team in North London. And Xhaka right now has shown that maybe Arsenal and him need to come to an end. And again, speak of the devil dispossessed, but Joe Willock has saved his bacon. Joe is running forward, but again, headless chicken from Joe. He's bought a foul. That should be a yellow card, but it's headless chicken stuff. Is that technically true? We scored from open play today, technically, with Willian. So I don't think that's true, my guy, anymore. Oh, man. Facts. Boy, so let's hope it changes, man. Saka with the ball in, poor ball in. Saka hasn't had a good game, but he's still my guy. He's 19. He's given us 20,000 consistent games. If he's going to have one shaky game, he's allowed it, man. Bunch of pretenders, man, for fuck's sake. Yeah, man, calm it down, calm it down. Oh. Boy, I hope so. I hope so, John. I hope so, John. Because that would be a real Arsenal thing to do. Go and beat Spurs and then just lose the next 2-3. And then you look back at this, you might have been losing at Stamford Bridge and you get a point. You might have beat Spurs in a 1 North London derby. End your little run at Old Trafford. When you break them down, it's good for the fans. There's little bits of banter, but it's dead. Xhaka, that's not a foul, If I was Wolves, I'd be going mad. João Moutinho, that's not a foul. Xhaka is taking a lot of risks. He's dispossessed of the ball, and then it is what it is. How are you feeling right now? Difficult to put into. I don't. When it's frustration, but it's not quite frustration, and it's sympathy, but it's not quite sympathy. It's just them two feelings, and just mix them together. That's what I feel. And just, you're puzzled, like baffled, like literally, like baffled. Because I'm going to have to watch this game twice, people, for you lot. You lot want your tactical review and things like that. 48 minutes played, Xhaka forward to Saka. Now we're just hoping we can get a point. It's a good ball from Saka, but again, you know, the height advantage. And one has to wonder, is this a game for Lacazette? Joe Willock for Lacazette, move Thingy into the 10 position and then go like that. On current form, Saka might be someone to take off potentially for Reece Nelson, or you could throw the dice and take off Tierney or a left back or the right back and just go for the dice, man. Or take off Xhaka and just, you know, just do up the pivot thing, man. Make Saka just do up a fake midfield role again. One does wonder what we do. We have 2 subs left. You know, it's Laka or Eddie. And I'd be looking to bring Nelson on in some capacity. Do you take off Bellerin? It's a good ball from Sabas into Bellerin. Oh, Saka, man. Saka, man. Joe Willock's kept it on. Joe Willock's played it to Aubameyang. Aubameyang, oh, he tried to lay Saka. There's opportunities to be had here. 49 minutes played. Bro, I'm rattled seeing it as well, man. Bro, we'd play a lot better than this. A lot better than this, man. Bro, I get it, man. Don't feel sorry for man. Don't feel down. It's only football, but it's like it's them ones there. You're just baffled. Like, what are you lot doing? Like, I'm hearing the chat. I don't see it, and it's an element of frustration because, you know, I'm not going to condone losing, but it's when you're doing the same things week in, week out. It no longer becomes cheap mistakes. It becomes cheap choices. Look at that pass. Look at that between Joe Willock and Xhaka. Come on, man. Arteta, you've got to bring on El Nene now. Look at the transition. Pedro Neto's going to just skim past Holding, and Fabio Silva should score. It's an important block from Gabriel. One of the only players doing all right, man. One of the only players doing all right. Bro, we're going to deal with that next week. You're going to have to ask me next week, man. I ain't trying to... It's rising, but will it equate to a goal? We're still here, Kalam, on the transition, man. Now, it's become evident that, you know, it's becoming evident that maybe certain players and coach and stuff are not at the required level. 50 minutes played, people. Wolves 2, Arsenal 1. It's a Wolves corner. And it's important, the next goal, man. You score a goal, you can put some confidence in your team. You concede, it gets a bit long. João Moutinho delivers. Leno actually clears, holds on to it. Leno to Tierney. Tierney to Gabriel. Gabriel to Ceballos. Haven't said Ceballos' name in a positive light to something. Too much. Bro, just putting out fires in a mediocre defense, man. You know, coat rack. You know, it's too structured. You know, there is no intensity to the play. And now Gabriel's picked up a knock, and you're hoping there's nothing serious. It's a bit mad. See? I don't know what that is, but okay. And hopefully Gabriel was all right. 52 minutes played, people. So there's still time to at least nick a draw. Like, I'll take a point. Just want to hear what's said after this, man. Just want to hear what's said after this. Just want to hear what's said after this. I can't imagine, like, there's no way you can justify this and all of these sort of things, man. I love young Bukayo Saka, but he ain't really stood out today. Candidate to potentially be subbed. Should have probably scored. Yeah, man. Saka, lovely player. He's having a stinker today. Still retain faith in him. I don't know why. Like, just everything about that Saka was a poor take, but still a bad boy. Come on, lads. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. 53 minutes played, people. It's damn near almost 9 o'clock on a Sunday, man. And we're doing this. If you're going to do this on the Lord's Day, you don't fear nobody. You don't fear nobody. This is appalling, man. Gabriel in possession. Long pass from Gabriel forward to Joe Willock. And Joe Willock's done quite well. And Tierney, please pick out pass, Tierney. Tierney. Oh, it's cut out by Tierney. And Adama Traore can go on a run. And it's come on, Gabs. Stop the foul. Or Saka's tried to stop the foul. It hasn't worked. And Gabriel is now in a wide foot race versus Adama Traore. Something you don't want to say. It's not a foul. And that should be a yellow card. Surely that's a yellow card. And Adama's rightly so been given a yellow card for trying to dive. Oh, trust me. If you can get spanked on a Sunday, you don't trust nothing. Look, he's not touched. To be fair, there is a little touch, but he's over exaggerated. And now Adama's picked up a yellow card. "54 minutes played, people. Adama Traore picked up a yellow card for that nonsense. Holding in possession, people. Let's see if something can happen. Let's see if something can happen. Xhaka. I'd rather keep Joe Willock started. See, at least Joe Willock's reacted in this half, man. He's tried to put himself about. The other two are hiding, man. Corner. He's earned himself a corner. See, you might as well just take off Xhaka, man. Put Joe in that withdrawn role. Can you get someone in the 10 and get a striker, man? Willian in the 10, get a striker and Thingy on, man. Probably are, man. Bro, you will take a point. And the thing is, you can't say Wolves. This is what I don't like. Not saying you, but you can't disrespect any team or assume you can. And we're still doing these short crosses, corners. It's going to amount to nothing. It's like ultimately just going to end up being tired, man. Like you see with Willian, tired, aimless swing with his left foot. And now they're on the counter. You know, Saka's there. Rev! That is a yellow card. That's got to be a yellow, Rev. There's no malice in Fabio Silva doing that. He tried to win the ball, but it just mistimed, and it's a yellow card. Really deep in it, man. Really deep in it. And to be fair, you can't talk like Wolves are duds. Like clearly they're not Champions League material, but they're not duds. So if you can't rise to the occasion, and you just think you're going to just turn up here and have some arrogance that just because they're Wolves and we're Arsenal, it don't make no sense, man. Football matches are earned. You have to earn the right to play. When I said my preview, I said against Wolves, you have to earn the right to play. If you want their respect, you have to grab it. You can't. They're not going to give it to you. And now we've got a free kick. I hope to God Aubameyang can produce some magic over this because you can't really see where this goal is coming from. This equaliser for Arsenal. Aubameyang and Willian over the free kick. Probably both going to be tired. It was, innit? It was, man. It was. Willian over the free kick. And Willian's taking it. It's just charged over the bar, man. It's just, it never had a chance of going in. And he's trying, man. He's trying. But then you got some people saying you didn't know he was on the pitch, so we're not too sure. That's it, man. I don't even feel. I think Willock's, Willock's been poor like everyone, but at least the other two are hiding. Xhaka's just cumbersome. So Bios, I don't know what you're on, man. Extremely. Don't know what you're on, man. It's ridiculous, man. That is. And you got people saying somehow Ozil, not that Ozil will make a difference, but Ozil can't get in this team. There's 25 other players. We're struggling for creativity. It's I think the players trust I think the players trust Arteta, my guy. I just don't think they trust themselves. And I think, you can't be motivated for 2 days a week. You can't be motivated for one game a month. You've got to apply that same energy each week. And that's why you see us win these FA Cups and we might beat a couple big teams in the FA Cup and occasionally get a little decent win in the Premier League because you're on it sporadically. You need to be at it all the time, I'm sure all of let's look at this deluded thing. I really want to make it, so make something of it. So I'm doing this I'm streaming on days that I can't be bothered to stream, If we only, and I'm pretty sure there's days where not that they don't want to play football, they don't want to rise to the challenge. They don't want to get in a dogfight, but you have to do it. We like comfort. when we're in the face of pressure, it's all about how we react. And 9 times out of 10 we get scared. 58 minutes in, and Williams tried to play a 1-2. Xhaka has lost it, and again, Wolves are on the break. And Fabio Silva's tried to play it into the path of Adama. It hasn't worked out. But Dendonka's done very well. And he'll give it again to the experienced João Moutinho, who will pass it out to Pedro Neto, who's been a nuisance for us. With Pedence, you know, they're on to us, people. It's a bit of a mad one, man. I don't know what to tell you lot, people. It's just been a crazy game, man. You look and see it for yourself. Connor Cody in possession, 58 minutes played, people. Nelson Semedo, back to Willy Boley, who's played it forward, aimed it forward. Gabriel's done quite well. And Xhaka, like, Gabriel has said, leave it, basically. I've got it. And you've just taken it and hit it backwards. Ceballos in possession to Hector Bellerin. Hector Bellerin. Willian, back to Bellerin, for fuck's sake. Pardon my language. Again, you know, it's like people are trying, like, certain players are playing against us. Like, you know, saved our bacons there. You know, Bellerin patterned up his mistake, but it's like players are, honestly, it's like certain players, it's like players are playing against us, struggling with basic 1-2s, man. Cheap mistakes, man. This is how I know you aren't really mashing work in training, because there's no hiding place. And I'm not seeing improvements. Pedence up here against Bellerin now. Goes home. And Leeds will just manage this. They're waiting until we press for that equalizer, and then they'll get their third, and then they're calm. Don't know. Fantastic tackle from Connor Cody. And again, it looks like another game where Aubameyang isn't going to do anything. Not going to lie, Aubameyang's going to have to come out of my FPL now. This is it. Pedro Neto enjoying it, hitting some step overs now, enjoying playing against Bellerin. Bro, he's doing a madness, man. Bro, Gabriel, this is what I mean. Time and time again, regardless of the result, it's the same old man that are turning up and standing up to be counted, like against Leeds. 9 times out of 10, Bellerin's getting peed off with Pedro Neto, and João Moutinho's trying to talk nonsense, and now he's giving him verbal. And this is what I'm saying, bro. Bellerin's on his J's, and who is backing him, man? Where's the spirit? Look, Bellerin's getting into it with Moutinho. I mean, none of them are on it, but where's the spirit, man? No one's even backing it. Like, when you're up against tough things. When you stare adversity in the face, it says a lot about you as a man with how you react to it. Pedro Neto balling, it's a poor balling, and it's gone straight back to Wolves. Probably is, man. I back Arteta, but you know, even Arteta's most deluded of fans has to be angry because he's just doing silly stuff. As much as it's the players, I don't get it. Like, it's more so it's the faith in certain man. Like, it's not even the lineup today. It is the lineup. It's not really the formation. It's just the persistent faith in certain man that are gonna keep disobeying your trust. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous, people, man. Like, I don't know what to say about this. Willy Boley in possession. Semedo. Adama to Semedo. Even if it's Semedo, I'd say if I was Semedo, I'd be a bit disappointed if I was Semedo, to be fair, because you haven't made a meal of it enough. 62 minutes in, people, 26 seconds, and I must admit, Arteta is upsetting me a bit. Like, it needs to be a different. Where's the subs, man? You got to change it up, man. Throw something different in. Like, Xhaka. I don't know who you got to. I don't know how you do. I'd say Xhaka and Ceballos, man. Bring on Reece Nelson and bring on Lacazette. Move Joe Willock and Willian around. You can play with them. It's ridiculous, man. Joe Willock's earned another corner. That's what I'll give Joe. At least Joe's moving. Like Joe's played poor, but at least I've seen Joe looked like he wants to win the game of football, man. Them other man are just accepting, just accepting defeat. Like Life from Planet X said, make sure you're hitting the like button, make some subs, man. And it's the same tired shit. They've obviously been told to do these. I'm not even going to blame the players for the short ones. They've obviously been told to do that now. Maybe it's because of the Wolves' height advantage. I don't know, but it's just tired, man. It's tired. It's another corner. Like, switch it up now, man. Switch it up. Just switch it up, man. And again, it's the same ones, man. Saka now. Holding. If Holding keeps that down, it's 2-2, but he does it, so it's not. Exactly. Big up M. Big up all the members of my YouTube channel, man. The real DG Nation members. It means a lot, man. But like you said, Bob, bare things are non-existent, man. 64 minutes in 5 seconds played, people, and it is what it is. Speaking of the devil, Reece Nelson has come into the fray. Who has he been subbed for? Willian is the man to come off. The man who should have started. Hopefully, Reece Nelson can put 2 positive middle fingers up at Arteta by clinching an equalizer. Hope so, my guy, man. Saka. Nelson submit. Ref, that's never a foul. Ref, that's never a foul. Play on, thank you. Joe Willock's put a ball into the box. Half decent ball, unopposed. Xhaka. Xhaka's given Nelson a lot to work with, but he's made something of it. Where's the overlap? Bellerin, underlap or overlap. Don't stand next to him, man. It's a tired ball in from Ceballos. It's not only are we playing against 11 men, it feels like we've got about 8 on our team. Because certain players, it feels like they're playing for the ops, the way they're doing it, man. It's a bit ridiculous. I really hope Nelson does, man. I really hope Nelson does. He's tried to bring it forward. It ain't gone anywhere, but Bellerin's kept it in possession. Ceballos to Gabriel. Gabriel forward to Tierney. Tierney ricochets off Semedo and it'll be an Arsenal throw. This is absolutely poor. Rob Holding in possession. Tierney. I mean, Gabriel, see, I don't even, it's moving mad now, isn't it? Saka. 65 minutes, 66 seconds, 66 minutes, 3 seconds. Apologies, people. Well in Willock. Keep fighting. At least Willock's on the fighting thing, man. I'll give him that. At least I see a bit of desire, man. Someone that wants to try. He might be a bit raw and a bit scrappy, and he might not be everyone's cup of tea. But at least with Willock, he's trying to go down fighting, man. There, a couple, man. I'm seeing it with Tierney. I'm seeing it with Gabriel. Saka's not having his best of games, but I'm seeing it. You know, Joe Willock's not doing anything to write home about, but I'm seeing it. Only a couple of players. It looks like they're dying to win. Good ball from forward by Gabriel, but it looks like Aubameyang was pushed over and the ref isn't having none of it. Pretty something there, man. We're getting dominated like we always do, man. I wouldn't say you don't make it a genius for predicting we struggle. You just look at our stuff in the transfer market and the proven track record of the existing players that have been in this team and being repeat offenders. Like, certain people have made mistakes today, and you've heard me speak about in the live stream. You heard me probably speak about 1,000,000 times. Repeat offenders, people. They've got no desire to rehabilitate and become better players and contribute better to the footballing society that is Arsenal. So they continuously reoffend. And yet we keep giving them more chances, you know. Give them a life sentence and move from the club. Anyway, Xhaka in possession, 67 minutes, 28 seconds in, people. It's a bit of a Mazzolini. Bellerin forward. Bellerin to Aubameyang. Aimless. It's all aimless. It's all aimless, but we've somehow still kept it. Come on, Bellerin. Bellerin's tried to nutmeg when he can just simply get out his feet or place Ceballos in. At least he would want the ball right now. Don't see too many people who want the ball. It's a bit crazy. But it is what it is, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. I apologize if I sound a bit downbeat. It is very hard. You know, these games have taken their toll on me, people. I can't even cap. It's almost damn near 9 o'clock on a Sunday, and they're bringing on Ruben Neves, and this is the perfect guy to help them manage out a game. This is the guy who will come on and score their third people. It's a bit crazy. It's really depressing, people. Really, really depressing. That Hector Bellerin's been given a yellow card. Like he said, toothless, non-existent. You know, it's wish I had questions for you. You know, players should, man. They should be donating a day's wages or whatever to charity car. It's a bit of a mazzolead, man. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. Apparently, for those wondering about Jimenez, he's conscious in hospital and responding to treatment. Whatever fan you are of each club, you know, that's a fantastic one from Pedro Neto. And just if Fabio Silva had a slightly bigger forehead, it is 3-1. It's a lovely darting ball over from Pedro Neto, who's been terrorizing our flanks today at the Emirates. And he's done, and he's put in a good pass. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Tierney's been as bad as people are making out. People are overdoing it. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. The less said about this team, the better, really and truly, man. Long ball from Rob Holding to Bukayo Saka. Tierney's over here. Tierney's not had the best of games, man. I'll give him a 5 out of 10 for today. Xhaka, I don't know why Xhaka is shouting at people, but nobody does want the ball. The only person that wants the ball is Joe Willock, and Joe Willock is 5 yards from him, which kind of sums up the problem with this team. I'm so keen to hear what Arteta has to say today, because it's not good enough, man. Bukayo Saka to Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney ball into the box. It's cut out by Wolves. One thing I'd say, we do look closer to scoring in the second half. It does look like Wolves have sat back and rid their luck and just trying to be a well-engined unit. But yeah, man, like you said, we're lucky to be 1 down. We are, man. The game should be put to bed. You know, Wolves should be bringing on young players for debuts and that. Joe Willock to Granit Xhaka to Joe Willock, you know. I don't know what's more agonizing, you know, knowing certain players are not able to do what you want, or expecting them to because of desperate hope that you're a goal down. I don't know what hurts more. You know, Willy Bowley has just come and snapped up stuff, and he's setting them on. He set Pedro Neto on his way, and again 1v1 versus Bellerin. You know who the winner is going to be. Gone past Bellerin like he's not there. Stops the ball. Says, you know what? Let me switch it up. Not every time cross. Gives it back to his left back. Gives it back to him. Who gives it to experienced João Moutinho. Moutinho to Bolly. Semedo sold Bukayo Saka a dream. Then Donker. Ball into the box. Come on, Bellerin. Time. What I would do for a competent right back, fam. Yeah. These lot are on a madness. These lot are on a madness, man. These lot are on a madness. This is a joke thing, man. This is an absolute joke thing. This is a Aubameyang. Oh, scumbag thing. Played from Connor Cody and Joe Willock, fam. You're not in a cage, fam. What is that? It feels like there's a goal here to be had from Wolves. But if these players have the intent and the ability, who knows? Aubameyang's crossing the ball. You know, Wolves at this point surrounding the box, all men's to the pump as you would. And can we break them down? Who knows if a team that struggles? Aubameyang to Saka, cheap from Aubameyang. Aubameyang, man, I back you all the time, but come on, bro. Gabriel's rolled. Fabio Silva's done very well there. Nelson Semedo forward. Pedro Neto's gone out to the right-hand side now. Ceballos, I don't know what he's on and stuff. Like you said, if you don't laugh, you'll cry, man. I can't lie, I'm not one for the body language. I don't really care about the body language. Look, it's Aubameyang, come on now. It's stuff like that. Dart across. You can see an under-hit pass coming in. A low-driven cross. Dart across to the front post, tap that in and get your first goal in God knows how long in open play. Ceballos in possession. To Joe Willock. Saka. Forced out wide. Somehow got the ball in. Aubameyang. Nelson smacked that. Fuck's sake, Nelson. Nelson keeps that down. It's 2-2. It's not going to be our day, is it? It's good play we're creating in the second half, but the quality is not there. Like, the quality is just not there, man. The quality is just, the quality is not there, man. This is just, brother. Oh, bro. Arteta, you're jumping around like a fan, man. You shouldn't be. I need to see this. Like, come on, fam. Like, you might even have to sub Uber. I know Uber's got goals. He's got a pedigree of goals, but come on, man. Something's got to switch up. Joe Willock, again, getting in the trenches, man. At least Joe, even Saka, there's been an improvement. Look, ref, fuck's sake, ref, man. How many, man? Come on now. Play on. I know Saka's down, but the man have to play on. Matt Bellerin's going to do one pointless cross. Like I said, tired. Didn't even get past the first, man. How's he professional footballer for Arsenal Football Club? Living the dream. Literally living the dream. 75 minutes, 18 seconds played, people. Wolves incomplete. Dreamland. Managing the game well. We're aimlessly going forward. There's a lack of quality. There's a lot of gaps. You know, that 3-1 will come eventually. Tierney in possession. To Holding. Holding in possession. Gives it out to Gabriel. Gabriel in possession. Gabriel to Tierney. Tierney. "76 minutes played, people. And there'll be another substitute for Wolves. And again, 76 minutes played. You're wondering where the hell are the strikers? You're chasing a game. You're still relying on Xhaka to play the ball forward. And that sums up Xhaka, you know. Adama Traore just had that out of play. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, let's stay away from... Let's steer away from he looks like he thinks nothing's his fault, because we don't know that. But yeah, man, it would be a steal. Biting your hands off of that steal, my guy. 76 minutes played, 38 seconds, and Wolves will be making a sub shortly. You can see somebody preparing themselves. So it's banter, man. Banter. Rob Holding, aimless pass cut out. 77 minutes played, people. Says it all, bruv. Tierney just done well there. Boy, man, to be fair with you, we need a goal, fam. Seeing more proactiveness from the man whose team is winning. Raw. Fabio Silva subbed on and subbed. That's fucking. But, you know, it's what the match day needs. It's what the match needs, man. Kilman will come on, and it'll probably mean a position change, and they'll go to a back three, like you can see. You know, we've been on to them in the second half, but it's just not enough, man. It's just not enough, man. It's not enough, bro. It's jolting, man. It's absolute joke. Gabriel's done very well. Like, the only one, man. Second half, like, he did more intense slightly, but it's like, it's not enough, man. Like, it's just... I don't think players are going to save us, man. 78 minutes, 35 seconds. Like, this is what I'm saying. You could sub Uber at this point. Look, Tierney going absolutely vexed at someone. Bro, like 12 minutes left. Something's got to change, bro. Xhaka, Joe, not that Joe's been poor. In fact, Joe's probably got to stay on. Xhaka, Ceballos, even Aubameyang, not to scapegoat Aubameyang, but he's a striker. You could just make the direct change and not shuffle anyone. Something's got to change, man. At this point, do you even just make Nelson play the wing-back role, you know, and take Bellerin off? Nelson in possession. He's tried to cross it with his left foot. It's come to nothing. It's on the edge of the area. It's fallen to Xhaka. Xhaka's got it to Tierney somehow. Tierney's put it back into the box. And he'll just be cut out here. And it's another throw-in for us. 79 minutes, 20 seconds played. Bukayo Saka, it's a poor return to Tierney. Gabriel's done very well against Pedro Neto. Xhaka doesn't really care for his hard work, but Tierney's also done well. Ceballos, pass it, Joe. Pass it, Joe, for fuck's sake, Joe, man. It's a corner, but come on. Everything about that was the wrong intention. This is a joke, man. This is a joke. Whatever's best for Arsenal Football Club. And it looks like 45 years is done today, my guy. Unless something could be done in 10 minutes. Bro, like you said, man, what can I say? Lacazette has come on for Xhaka, something I was calling for. Just do that, man. Just do that quickly. Bro, just bring on bring on Thingy as well. Bro, you have to bring on Eddie, man. Bellerin for Eddie. Isn't it Nelson do the wing-back thing? Aubameyang in possession. Swang at it, comes to nothing, and then you aren't going to score. You know, Wolves are too good of a unit. We aren't going to score. But it's given away cheaply by Pedro Neto. And Reece Nelson's tried to put a ball in. It ain't gone past the first man. Willock's tried to keep it going. And Wolves will just clear their lines now. It's an Arsenal throw. Wolves will just clear their lines. You know, man's to the pump. A couple heart-in-mouth moments, naturally, as you would be winning 2-1 away from home, and just walk away with the points. Weather the storm, you're out. Ceballos in possession. Shit, we don't have any more subs. Yeah, just clocked. So it's over. We should be allowed to bring 5, man, like the other leagues. Saka's done well. Tierney's kind of killed himself with the first touch. Giving it back to Bukayo Saka. Saka to Ceballos. Ceballos to Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson, he's played it behind Bellerin, to be fair to Bellerin, but Bellerin's kept it in 81 minutes in 80 seconds. 20 seconds now, better, yeah. Bellerin, ball in, bit overhit. Aubameyang's gone for the head and it's missed the whole target. But we've gone close, man. It's just... I'd say, yeah, I wouldn't even say outcoached, but it's just been outclassed. Panic button time, man. It's just I just want to hear what's said after the game, personally. Like, that's all I want to hear. Like, I think it's time for people to be calling spades firmly. Like, God, this is a real life madness right now. I'm not gonna cap, man. This is just... it's ridiculous. "82 minutes in, people. Dani Ceballos to Hector Bellerin. Agonizing, expecting certain players you got no hope in to just somehow get a goal. Lacazette to Reece Nelson. You know, Reece Nelson's giving it away cheaply. And we're here for the taking on the counter, but Nelson's done good. Shut up, man. How's that his hand? 83 minutes in, 12 seconds, people. Like you've said, it's a joke thing. That's the right word. That's how I feel drained right now. Bro, the main issue is everything. How you defend, how you score, how you create them goals, the actual intention, the individual mistakes. You know, it's a horrible cocktail of errors. You can't. The wickedest thing about Arsenal's problems on and off the field is that, you know, it's a cocktail of things. It's not just, you know, one party or one player or one single thing we're failing at. You know, it's a mad cocktail. You can never look at Arsenal with in white and black and look at it on a one-dimensional thing. But 83 minutes in, 52 seconds, Danny Ceballos has the ball. Him and Bellerin have been doing some partnership thing today to no avail. And they're playing 1-2s. Is someone eventually going to cross it? No, it's given again poorly away. And that will just set Wolves on the counter. Bellerin just trudging back, you know, just trudging back. Get back when you will. You know, out here with Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto will just take on it. It's a lovely ball from Pedro Neto. He's just asked too much of Dendoncker. And again, too easy for Wolves to go from defense to attack, man. Let's at least get to 350 likes. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. At least the DG, Deluded, myself can be seen by more people. At least I've shown more consistency than Arsenal. And again, it's an aimless pass. Bowley will just clear that. Bowley just spent the whole day just kicking it long. Like, it's... Want to hear what Arteta says after this game, man. It's become clear, man. Some things have just become clear today, fam. People, I swear to you, some things have just become abundantly even more clearer, man. Bellerin in possession, 85 minutes played, people. 85 minutes, 20 seconds played. Might be, man. It's crazy, man. Bunch of meaty players, man. Bare meaty, man. Just meaty. Everything about this is me. Just a facade, man. Ceballos, Nelson, Holding. Not a foul. Oh, come on, he's dropped, Rev. And now Bellerin's gonna pick up a yellow. I mean, Holding's gonna pick up a yellow card, and he's right in saying, I can't only repeat what he said, but looking at his mouth, I'm probably inclined to believe what he said, and he's right. I don't know how a foul's been given that, man. Come on, smash the like buttons. You're right. I do have to sadly watch this twice. Sadly, man. I'm so unfortunate, man. To be fair, watching the games the second time around is always better for me because I've accepted the result. Like, there's no right now emotions. I'm watching this is happening in live time now. I know these men make mistakes, and I look at Arsenal as a case study when I watch the game again. It's almost like I'm employed by Sky Sports and just talk about Arsenal. My fan cap is on right now. Unfortunately, I need to go back to when I was actually able to detach my emotions from this, fam. Since Arteta came, my emotions came back into this club, fam. I'm gone after today. It's not worth it. I'm making myself ill at this point. Like, I'm harming my own health supporting the thing now. Not that I'll never leave this team. You know, in the second half, we've made 8 attempts versus Wolves is 3. So we know they've sat back a bit. That's a lot, man. Bro, you can get Lionel Messi, Neymar, Suarez in this club, and it will not see a difference as long as the coach is poor. For someone who commented me a question just now, Reece Nelson to Hector Bellerin, you just know Bellerin ain't gonna do nothing mess. To Reece Nelson, and it's a corner. It'll be an Arsenal corner. You know, they've got a considerable height advantage on us. Let's hope that we can make something happen. 87 minutes in, you know, the writing's on the wall. We've lost this game, man. It's as simple as that. The game's been lost. The game's been lost. Reece Nelson corner, and we've spoken about Reece Nelson and the need to improve them corners, and it doesn't go past the first man. Backwards from Bellerin to Leno. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. I have to reload this comment because this is it. Oh, man. Just move on to think about Thursday, man. We just firmly move on to Thursday. What else is there to say other than that, man? What else is there to say for people? 88 minutes played, 34 seconds. Tactical foul from Connor Cody. You don't mind taking a yellow. This could be a big 3 points. Very tough day, man. But the joke's got to fly. Saka's over the free kick. Balling, decent balling from Saka. Gabriel will make sure it goes out for a throw in. Has Gabriel, a man of many talents, has he got a long throw now? Everyone, man. 89 minutes, 22 seconds played, people. Tierney's done well, man. And it's got to the point where like it's time to just talk about the player ratings. Leno, Louise, Holding, Gab, Bellerin, Tierney, Xhaka, Ceballos, Joe. 4 minutes of added on time, people. It's over, man. It's firmly over, people. It's firmly over. Boy, he went with it. He could have learned his lesson from the last game and went with it, man. And it's... I don't want to hear it from this team, man. I don't want to hear what you have to say at the end of the game. At this point, you know, nobody's safe. Like, nobody's safe. I even think Saka did well to get 90. And Tierney's going to have to pick up a yellow card there. He had to do it. He had to do it. It's been a shambles, bro. Shambles. Shambles. Reactive. It's the same thing, man. It's got to the point where, I'll be honest, I don't know why you don't watch me. I don't know why you don't watch me. Because it's the same things being said every week. It's the same things being said every week. Leicester. Villa. Leeds. Today. It's the same thing, fam. It's the same thing. I love Tierney as well, but everybody's been savage today still. You know, they are time. Wolves are beginning to time waste. Well, in Gabriel. Well, you got about 2 minutes left, man. That's that as well. Long ball from Holding to Bukayo Saka. Tierney, Ceballos. It's the same things, man. It's the same. Oh. Saka to Tierney. Tierney's aimlessly shot at it. Of course, it's not going to go anywhere, man. Holding. Ceballos. Laka. It's over, man. There's about a minute and a half left. It's over, man. It's over. Holding, just get that back to Leno. Leno, you could even give that back to Holding or Gabriel. One more chance left, in my opinion, people. Ball in from Nelson. Typically from Nelson, it doesn't go past the first man. Ceballos to Saka. She's tired, fam. Now that's the only word I can find. That's rubbed out. This team's rubbed. Like everything we're doing is rubby. Everything is just there. It's mad meaty, man. Like, it's about look, a minute, less than a minute. Aubameyang is crossing the ball, fam. You man are gonna kill me. You man are making stuff drop in my room. You man are gonna kill me. You man have killed me. You man have killed me. Pedro Neto ran riot today. Couple minutes left, people. Ten seconds, people. It's done, people. It's done. The game's done. It's last opportunity and the game's done. It's done. Look, it's done. Congratulations to Wolves. They deserve that. That's a moment's silence for what used to be my football team, fam. Congratulations to Wolves, people. I'm going to put something in the bin. And then we're going to get into this, man. What we saw is a mazza. Look at Bellerin, fam. Look at Bellerin. Why even? This is what annoys me about Arsenal. Arsenal players walk around the pitch. They act baffled. Fam, I'm not watching no match of the day. Oh, my days. People asking me what I make of this game. There's nothing for me to make of this game, fam. What is there to say, people? Honestly, really and truly, let's break this game. Let's speak about this game now, man. Let's speak about this game, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I don't know where to start, people. I don't know where to start. Nah, man. I'm not hearing that. I can't lie. We know the team is capped. We know this is not an 11 of Champions League winners. Like we can all firmly see this Arsenal team right now. They're never going to win Premier League titles. They're not going to do several things. But what I'd simply ask you lot, is there a single player that collectively, are we getting the best out of all of the tools available to our side? Once again, congratulations to Wolves. They moved to 6th place. You know, Southampton lost their game this week, you know, so they're probably eyeing up top 4. You can see Wolves, Southampton, Leicester, teams that have started well. Chelsea, Liverpool and Spurs, yeah, they've had bumps across the road this season. They have started well. How we looked at this team in the summer and said this is a team that's going to show consistencies to get top 4 and the rest of it, buzzing, deluded. It's ridiculous. This team is stuck with bad habits, bad choices, game after game. And you know what? Like I said earlier in this, it's not bad choices, is it? Bad decisions. It's bad choices. You're choosing to do this, you know. I'm not trying to scapegoat, but it's the same old individuals. It's the same old individuals playing well. It's a set handful of them. It's the same old individuals making mistakes. It's the same old errors, people. We got what we deserved. We never looked like we was in this game, you know. We did what we needed to do. React. The only good thing I saw was reacting from going to go down 3 minutes later. You know, after that, it's poor. The 2 goals we've conceded, people, it's appalling for several reasons. The sequence of play, you know, Xhaka is twisted up and doesn't bring a man down. We're reactive for the first goal. Reactive all game. Wolves look like the team that's playing at home, and now you're firmly against it against Spurs. Now, the good thing with North London derbies, form goes out the window. In true Arsenal fashion, they might actually beat Spurs. But if you was betting money, could you say that? You know? What is going on? What is going on? This is ridiculous. Arteta and the players have to face responsibility today because they're coming out and talking and the need for reaction. You're not showing it against Leeds. You've not shown it today. Yeah, in the second half, there was more of an effort as Wolves sat back and preserved their 2-1 victory and said, you know what, we're happy with this. You didn't break them down. How many saves did Patricio have to make? You know, players are struggling to play 5-yard passes. We're poor on the transition. We're there for the counter attack each and every time, and it's quite simply not good enough. It's quite frankly embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You could see what time it was going into this game. You know, Neto. You know, I said in my preview, you know, you go up there with Neto, you go with Podence, you go with Adama, you go with Nelson Semedo, you know what you're going to get. The fullbacks are going to be in for a day. There's going to be crosses, and we failed to deal with it. Midfield runners, far too poor on the transition today as well, defensively. How many other goals could they have scored? You know, it's poor. And it's upsetting, and they're choosing to do this individually, looking at the players, people, you know. Aubameyang, you ain't scored from open play. Willian, you haven't played well. Yeah, you got an assist, but you haven't played well. The two midfielders in Xhaka and Sabas and Joe Willock, none of you are really in the, if Arsenal was naming their strongest team right now, if you could. So go and play well. And we weren't at it. Cheap mistakes have cost us again. It's as simple as that. Cheap mistakes have cost us again. And Wolves go laughing in the same way Villa went laughing and Leicester go laughing. You know, them and there go back up to the Midlands. We can't play these Midlands teams. Nuno completely tactically outdone Arteta as well. Both teams switched and went 4 at the back, like you saw. And with that, you know, I'm not criticizing Arteta for going 4 at the back. There was a need, but for those, for me to remain consistent, those of you that watch my previews and stuff, I was saying we should go 5 at the back in these games because of what we're anticipating against Wolves. The players have got to want to do it as well, but it is what it is, people. It is what it is. There's no hiding place. There's literally nothing to be said. You know, we're saying the same old things. There's a lack of spirit. There's a lack of heart. There's a lack of intent. We're very passive. We're very reactive. It is just firmly the same old. Like there isn't anything more to say to that, people. So it's firmly an L, man. There isn't anything else to say, really and truly. Like we just didn't start well. When you've got Spurs, I'm sure you've got Southampton or something a game after that. Southampton were unlucky today, but you know they work teams to the brim. You know, our next games, people, you got Spurs, you got Burnley, you got Everton away. Before that, you've got Southampton, you've got Chelsea on Boxing Day. There's nothing I need to say, people. There's nothing you need to say. It's like, it's one of them. It's like, the less talking, the better, man. The less talking, the better. Like, the less talking, the better, bro. Like, Aubameyang, a minute to go, Aubameyang is crossing the ball for whoever. You know, that says it all. That says it all. Like, there really isn't nothing more for me to say, man. You know, 30 minutes and not one shot. You know, players are just... There's nothing to say, people, man. There's nothing to say. There's really nothing to say. In relation to player ratings, you know, Leno, I've got to give Leno a 4 for that mistake. I'll give David Luiz a 5 because he didn't do nothing wrong, in my opinion, first time round. Holding, we didn't concede after, so I'll give you a 5. Gabriel, I'd give you a 7. You're the only one that looked on this thing. Tierney, I think you get a 5. You had a hard day. Bellerin, for me, gets a 3. Simply put. Xhaka gets a 3. Ceballos gets a 3. Joe Willock, based on the second half, I'll give you a 5 because at least Joe Willock tried to go down fighting, people. You know, Joe tried to go down like a tug. Like, it's the same old individuals. Like, Bukayo Saka didn't even have the best of games today. You know, I'd just about give him a 5 just because he kept trying. It just didn't happen. Aubameyang, you've got to give Aubameyang a 3. Where was Aubameyang as well? It's like, it's appalling today, man. It's appalling. Like, Aubameyang's not being given the ball, and that is a legitimate excuse. But at the same time, you've got to want to smell it. Like, it's not there. Like, it's not there. And you can't help but think Spurs are going to batter us. Like, you know, I don't know if I'm even going to watch the North London derby. You're capping, bro. You're capping. I just... People, I'm lost for words, people. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what to say to you. Like, this is just... What I've seen today has just been an absolute mad thing. Like, what I've seen has been a madness. Like, it's been a madness. That's it. Willock had heart. That's all I want. Go down like a tug. Go down like a tug. We weren't on that, people. We weren't on that. We didn't go down fighting. We didn't try and scrap. You know, man didn't want to die in the trenches. It's poor, man. Saka underperformed today. He had a poor game, of course. It is what it is, but Saka's a tug. You know, he's 19 years of age. He's been on a consistent run. He's had a little injury. He's come back into it. He's had a bad game. Saka gets a blight for today. Like, it obviously, he was poor today, but Saka's on this thing. But he was poor today. Everyone was poor today, man. Only for me, only Gabriel was 30 today. Like, only Gabriel was 30. Like, I don't know about Joe Willock being elite, but it is what it is. What? I don't know what you're on about, but fair enough. Thank you a lot, my guy. It means a lot, man. And that's one consolation, man. Same old, fam. It's the emotional investment. Not that I'm saying Arsenal are going to win leagues and Arsenal are going to do this and Arsenal are going to do that and Arsenal are going to do the others, but it's just the fact that I'm seeing Wolves come in. I'm seeing Wolves. They're a team that, you know, that's Nuno's blueprint. They're playing for Nuno. I've played against Leeds. Well, we've played against Leeds. You see it with Bielsa. Fair enough. I'm not going to gas Dean Smith and say he's of them man's level, but you're seeing Dean Smith. You're seeing Brendan Rodgers, you know. Klopp and them man there that we've played. I'm going to air them, but I'm seeing it seems like everybody has a sort of philosophy or something apart from us, and it's killing me, people. It's killing me because forget winning Europa League and top 4 and all of these things week in, week out. I just want to know, man, I'm buying into something. I just want to know that I'm buying into something. I don't know what I'm buying into beyond the fact that I love this football club. There's nothing. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And you know, you take shortcuts, this is what happens. We've taken shortcuts, this has happened, people. You know, he needs to learn from it, man. Bro, I hope he can, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, haven't managed a single shot on target in the second half, man. It's our worst start to a league after 10 games since 1981-82. Mikel Arteta is the first manager to lose 3 consecutive home games since Terry Neal in March 1977. It's ridiculous. Arsenal haven't managed a shot on target in the second half. You know, Wolves have ever only had one more than 5 shots on target in the first half of a game in 2 of their previous 237 games they played in. And there were the 2 games against Southampton and Arsenal. They changed to a back 4 with no Connor Cody. They changed to a back 4, obviously, with him. And, you know, Wolves were brave. You can't take anything away from Wolves. They were brave. They tweaked their system. You know, Pedro Neto, fantastic performance. You know, Bellerin made it easy for him, but fantastic. Adama Traore was more hot and cold to me, but he was involved in the goal. Well, he's involved in both of those goals. You knew it was going to come from wide areas. You knew it was going to come from crosses. I can't understand this. This team had 149 crosses. You saw me say it in this very live stream. You saw me say it in the previews. They had 149 crosses. You know, God knows what it is now. 149 crosses. Make sure you're clearing your lines. When you see Adama Traore, Pedro Neto, you know 1v1 fullbacks, you need to be at it. You know wide men, attacking wide men, you need to support them. You know midfield, you need to follow runners. And it was poor. Like, I'm watching the Pedro Neto go in front of me. You know, Tierney doesn't do the best for the cross, but we're reactive, very reactive, extremely reactive. And you could see this. And it's another game. When I look at Brendan Rodgers, when I look at Brendan Rodgers, when I look at Dean Smith, when I look at Bielsa, it's another game where Arteta sadly has been tactically outdone. Listen, them players were poor today. You all saw it with your own eyes. Those players were poor. But, you know, they're a goal up, and I'm seeing them make the subs. We're waiting until the 80th minute or whatever to bring on Laka. You know, somehow Xhaka has managed to see out the game. Sabas has managed to see out the game. I know, obviously, with the injury to David Luiz, you have to bring on a sub, but we never looked like we wanted to win a game of football. Mentally, these players are hit. Mentally, these players cannot prepare themselves for a game. It's another game where you've seen Chelsea draw, you've seen United come back against Southampton, you've seen all the other football games with the exception of what's being played on a Monday, and you've choked. So you don't know how, you don't smell intent. You weren't, last Sunday, you wasn't going into it saying, okay, cool, we're going to do this in midweek and then we're going to pattern it next week. You wasn't. In the same way, after the international break, you never saw a team that had any desire to win a game again. You know, in the same way before the international break with Villa, this team is a cocktail of players who make bad decisions. Players aren't good enough. Managers right now not learning from. I want Arteta to get it right. I don't want Arsenal Football Club to become a yo-yo club, you know, where next managers come in, like Emre, where we say he needs his own players, like Arteta needs his own players, where we keep saying this sort of thing. We're not Chelsea. We can't give a next man 70 million. It's appalling. You knew Pedence, Adama, Pedro Neto, you knew what was at it today. And the players didn't win their 1v1 battles. The players didn't mentally get themselves at it. None of them Ceballos, Xhakas, you know, Willian, players that people are questioning why you started, cover themselves with any glory. Aubameyang looked disinterested. You know, it's appalling. Gabriel's the only player that looked really on this thing, and Tierney had a tough day with the Dharma. He looked down for the cause. You can't take nothing away from David Luiz. The man's playing with his head bleeding and that. Who else has got that desire? Cheap mistakes, losing the ball cheaply, poor on the transition cheaply. You saw how easy we're getting cut up on the transition. That's, for me, is the poor thing. Can you listen to how the players and everybody spoke about this game before us playing, and then go and look at the end result. Cheap mistakes, people. Cheap mistakes. Wolves had 8 shots to Arsenal's 4 in the first half, 5 on target against us, people. Like I said, once again, for those who don't know, Wolves have only ever had more than 5 shots on target in a first half of a Premier League game in 2 of their previous 37 Premier League games they played. Those 2 were against Southampton and Arsenal, people. Southampton, they had to change up the thing, and obviously with Conor Cody, they went with a back 4. Pedance, you know where it is. You know it's Cruyff turned central. You know what Pedro Neto's on. You know what Adama's on. So why are we not winning our 1v1s? Why are we not doubling up against them? Why are we not following midfield runners? Like I said, I'm not going to harp on about, you know, 4 at the back, 5 at the back. But I said it against Leeds and I said it today. I would have went with a back 5. You could see how poor we were on the transition, people. We were there for the taking. It was quite frankly appalling, people. Like, you know, Willian, I suppose, got a 3rd assist of the season. And Gabriel is Arsenal's joint top goal scorer, people. This tells you the issues. It is the players, but it's also Arteta's coaching right now. It's appalling, people. It is appalling what we're seeing, you know. How many games have we lost at home back-to-back now, you know? We have failed. Well, no, that's not even that. Finally, we actually managed to. It's appalling, people. You cheat yourselves. This is what happens. This is our worst start to a season after 10 games since 1981-82. You know, Wolves have won away at Arsenal for the first time since 1979, ending a run of 11 victories, 11 visits without a victory. Arsenal sits 14th, 8 points off the top and 8 points off relegation, which tells you where we are as a yo-yo club. You know, once again, Arteta is the first manager to lose 3 consecutive home games since Terry Neill in March 1997. Like, the statistics are damning, people. We're damning. Let me see what the statistics are saying full-time for our full-time stats now, people. We had 13 shots to their 11, just 2 on target, 5 shots. Yeah, we turned the tide with 57% of the possession to their 43 and ultimately ended the game with more passes than them, with 481 to their 403. But at the same time, people, it was appalling. The only good thing you can say is you reacted after going to go down 3 minutes later, but it's poor. Look at halftime. We spoke about this before. Wolves are pretty... Wolves allow a lot of shots and a lot of things in their first half. So why are we the ones to change things, people? Just by looking at it. You know, in the first half, 4 shots to Wolves is 8. 2 shots on target to their 5. 44% possession to their 56. 247 passes, and we had 193. It's going to get to the point where teams are genuinely effing peed off that they haven't taken 3 points from Arsenal, because Wolves might, you know, struggle to score in first half of games, struggle to score in general. But come up against Arsenal, it changed because they said, yo, this is where we get back to winning ways. This is where we pattern stuff up. In the same way Leeds said, yo, we conceded 8 goals in the last 2 games against Arsenal. We're keeping a clean sheet. Away and home, we're there for the taking. Defensively, we've improved, but based on that game, you know, this is what I said. Our defending is overrated and overstated. Yeah, there's been a bit more of an improvement. We're not losing by cricket scores, but there's still cheap mistakes. You can only get to a certain level with these players because they're not elite defenders. They're not competent defenders. So if we're not defending well enough, improvement doesn't mean we're defending well. Because if we even start scoring 2 goals in our next 2 games, it's not good enough, but it's an improvement. Do you get it, people? You know, it is poor. It is poor. You know, it's minimal improvement, maximum talking off the field. We're not getting anywhere. You know, it's down to the management and the players. The players are weak and feeble. The management is not learning from his mistakes and is not freeing things up and is making it poor. He went with a 4 at the back. I'm not critiquing that, but it's just a shambles. It's just a shambles. A shambles. You know? It's not got a leg to stand on. Teams are going to start playing Arsenal and genuinely be angry they ain't got 3 points if they aren't already, people. It is what it is. It's absolutely poor. Like, it's absolutely appalling, man. Like, I love Aubameyang, but you can't cover Aubameyang with any blade of glory today because what was he on? What was he doing? What was he about? He was on foolishness as well. You know, you not know me. I don't do this scapegoating. I'm not gonna. Xhaka was poor. I'm not gonna make this all about Xhaka. Bellerin got savaged again. Any decent winger savages Bellerin. Not gonna make it all about him. You know. You know, I'm not gonna make it all about him. I'm not gonna make it all about Xhaka. I'm not gonna make it all about these terrible players. You know, I'm not. It's not that. We win and lose and draw together, but it's appalling. Players are making cheap mistakes. You're not learning from training because you've made these. Like I said at the start of this post-mortem of sorts. Am I really talking about the Wolves game? If you weren't watching this game with me or logging in right now, am I really talking about the Wolves game? Or am I talking about Liverpool or City or Leeds or today or Leicester? You know, it's the same things. Mistakes made time and time again. At some point, they become choices, and the manager's choosing to do this. The players are choosing to do this. Arteta, yeah, you could turn around and say Willian got an assist today after you started him. It's his first since the start of the season against an underhit Fulham team that should be going down. But it's got to the point where if it didn't already, these players are not backing up your selection. So by Xhaka, Willian, all had reasons to shut up media and put in good performances and put pressures on management. They didn't do it. Aubameyang's playing through the middle. Yeah, he was only picked out a handful of times, but he didn't want it himself. He didn't want to go and get it. I'm not one. Listen, you know me. I'm not one to people to talk about body language and all of these things. Body language seemed disinterested. Listen, and when the going gets tough, that's what you see when man are like. You know, the honeymoon period's gone. We got a little bounce in performance because Arteta became the new manager, like you saw. And the writing's on the wall now. People have found out Arsenal. People know what they're about. When it's a new manager and a new breath of fresh air, obviously it's unpredictable. You get a bounce from the players because they're playing for spots. People don't really know what to expect when you play the Chelseas, the Cities, the Klopps. They don't know what Arteta's really on. And now you see it. It's gone out the window now. All the little positives that were there this season, last season, have gone out the window. There's no plan in terms of attacking. There's no coincidence, no conviction defensively. You know, there's no invention in the attacking in play. There's no intention in the attacking play. Individuals are not standing up to be counted. It's the same old 5 or 6 at max that are standing up to be counted. And based on today, if your name is not Gabriel, really and truly, did you do everything? I love Bukayo Saka, so he gets hidden under this cloak as well. But, you know, did he have the best of games? You know, I love Kieran Tierney. Tierney probably dropped a 5. He had a tough game. Bellerin, what did you do? How can Maitland-Niles not get a game? I don't know, people. I really don't know. The honeymoon period is off. And it is what it is. There's no going. It's a mentality thing. It's everything. There's no we go again. They have to pick themselves up. Like I said, the one thing that you can say is form goes out the window in the North London derby. This is one of the first North London derbies. Not that people expect Arsenal to lose, but it's like there's way more. There'll always be more pressure on Arsenal. But it's like if Spurs don't win, it's a shock. And Spurs must be licking their lips. If we played like how we played and got a point off Chelsea, and we savaged United 6-1 and we beat City 2-0, Arsenal are baby food. Harry Kane's going to start scoring more, probably bag a goal. You know, Bale will probably get his first Premier League goal if he hasn't got one already next week. It's poor. There's no hiding place. You lot can talk your talk. This season, it is what it is, man. We lost out tactically. I'm not too sure on El Nene's fitness, but El Nene probably should have started. Maybe there was a bit of fatigue because all of these boys in midfield played in midweek. But as you lot saw with the midweek statistics, or the statistics better yet of the Leeds game that I already spoke about, you know, it's down to the tactics, because there's been no intention, people. There's no intention. There's no invention, and it's the same old, same old. I can't even find it, people. I can't even find it. Like that's what smacks it. You know, there was some statistics along the lines of, you know, against Leeds, you know, Xhaka only passed it a certain amount of time. I have to find it. I'm sorry, people. I have to find it, because this kind of tells you it is what it is, people. And even if you look at the Europa League, only 5 teams have allowed their opponent fewer shots against them than Arsenal this season in the Europa League. So it shows you that we can defend and look sturdy in the Europa. It's not going to happen here, man. I do, bro. I do. You lot should be licking your lips about playing us next week, man. Form goes out the window, and you have to be careful, as you already know, for overconfidence and complacency. But, you know, Spurs should genuinely be absolutely angry if they don't take 3 points. There should be so many handbags if you don't take it, because these players should be like, look at the game, people. Against Leeds, Xhaka completed 0 passes to Joe Willock and just 3 to Ceballos. Joe Willock didn't complete a single pass to Xhaka and just 2 to Ceballos and none to Aubameyang. So again, as poor as these players might be or might have played, this tells you there's a tactical imbalance, literally. And it was more of the same. And Arteta, he's moving like he can't figure it out now. He's tried the 4 at the back now. Aubameyang's done nothing in the 2 games, purely because he ain't been getting no service and whatnot, and off his own back. Might as well revert back to 3 at the back. You know, if you're not on playing out from the back, if you're not on looking like an expansive team, you might as well change it up, man. You might as well change it up, man. Shout out to Wolves, though. You got to be gracious in defeat. Wolves' game plan worked. The only thing they're probably angry about, they conceded very quickly after scoring the first. They weathered the storm. You know, Arsenal made it easy for them. It's all in front. It's all patient. It's these same old tired corners, these fucking set pieces, short set pieces. It's poor. It's absolutely poor, man. Like, people can't do 5-yard passes. You man are Arsenal football clubs. You played in Europe. Some of you have played 50+ times. All of you have. You play for your countries. You've been called up for your countries. And some of you can't play 5-yard passes. I'm not one to speak about peas and money and all these things, but you can't play 5-yard passes. You can't get your head up. Can't do any of these things. It's absolutely appalling, man. I would take Pochettino, but we're not going to sack Arteta anytime soon. So it is what it is. I ain't got nothing to say, people, man. I ain't really got nothing to say. I'm going to leave you lot with my player ratings, and then I'm going to get on to making videos for those of you that aren't tuned in and watching it right now. But Leno gets a 4. David Luiz gets a 5. Let me know what you lot think as well. Leno gets a 4. David Luiz, for the minutes he plays, gets a 5. Holding really came on when the damage was done and gets a 5. I give Gabriel a 7 because he went out. He scored, obviously, and he went out like a tug. Bellerin gets a 3. Xhaka gets a 3. Ceballos gets a 3. Aubameyang gets a 3. Saka can just about walk away with a 5 and take nothing away from Saka. He's a baller and whatnot. You know, Aubameyang gets a 3 if I didn't say it. Joe Willock can get a 5 because at least he tried to fight and go down fighting in the second half. What more can you say, man? You know, there's nothing more, man. Pressure is always on Arsenal, but I feel you, John. I feel you, man. What are you lot saying before I get out of here, man? This is a Mazzoline, man. Trust me. Hope they all get fit, man. It's a bit mad, man. Saka probably does get a 4, really and truly. And Arteta's speaking next to Sky Sports. I don't even want to hear him. People, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to keep it moving, man. There's no logical reason for me to stay here, really, man. There's no logical reason to stay here, man. Why ruin our players' confidence? I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't know what you're on about, but fair play. Saka does need to work on his finishing, but Saka's still a bad boy, still does his thing. Tierney gets a 5. I think he went down fighting. It's a jolting, man. It's a jolting, man. Bro, how are you not accepting that, fam? How are you not accepting that? It is what it is. And for Arteta as well, I will say as well, you know, Reece Nelson should have started. Again, Willian has not justified that start. Them centre-mids have not justified their start. Like, dare I say it? And I get it, you know. If El Nene wasn't fit, he wasn't fit, but he's clearly fit enough to be on the bench. You know you're going against a dynamic midfield. You know, to a degree, Xhaka, Joe Willock, and Ceballos might be a bit tired because they played. Why not go there with El Nene? It's a bit of a joke. Wayne, I said Joe Willock 5, but it is what it is, man. People, big up the DG Nation, man. It's been 3.5 hours. I really appreciate everybody locked in and whatnot, man. But I'm gonna keep it moving. There's no reason to stay here and whatnot. But it is what it is, man. Like you said, what happened to these non-negotiables, man? Just bare buzzwords, fam. Bare buzzwords. I'm getting out of here, man. There's nothing to say, man. There's no reason for me to stay online. I'll probably be back again tomorrow, so make sure you're browsing on my YouTube channel. You know there'll be a tactical review coming out. I've got to go watch this game again. So, yeah, man. People, DG, I'm out, man. It is what it is, man.